today. We're actually back up, even though we woke up and over the weekend you had the bad news with the EU and Mexico. We have already brushed it off. We have heard you're going to hear from Mexico and a few others, but pretty much same developments. You brushed it off really, really quickly, and now we are getting ready for the data tomorrow. We have heard you're going to hear from Mexico and a few others. But so yeah, Trump is talking now. We had a couple of headlines in relation to Russia. It started moving oil around, and then now he's like going over the bill and a few other things. So we're going to begin Philo. I think we will start it when Homeboy is done. So get ready for that, baby. And what up?
Just freedom like never before in our country. We're protecting it like never before. We're getting rid of the Johnson Amendment that didn't let the pastors and ministers and everybody speak about politics. Now you're able to speak about politics, Paula. You can speak about.
All right,
say,
maybe
I don't like
then.
that guy, and they don't take away your tax-exempt status.
I might just make the farm the actual church then.
Remember when
talk
that
about
started?
politics?
It was at the meeting room before I ran, 2015.
I think we might have to,
a year before the election, and I was with 50 faith leaders. They were great, very well-known people, mostly Protestant, but you had rabbis, you had an imam, 2 imams, and we were talking, and I said, I'd love to have your endorsement. And they looked at me like, what? I'd love to have your endorsement. We have such respect for you, and your control is really very powerful. And they looked at me, they didn't say anything. Do you remember that? And I said, what's wrong with these people? I didn't know about the Johnson Amendment. Don't forget, I never did this stuff before. It wasn't like I ran. I was on the other side. I was on the same side as you. You write contributions to people that you like. But I never ran, so I didn't know about the Johnson Amendment. And I called Paula and Jenny aside. I said, could I ask you, when I said I'd want your support,
I don't know when this is going to end, but yeah, we'll do Philo
an endorsement. They looked at me very weird. What's going on? Well, sir, there's a thing called the Johnson Amendment, and if they even speak about anything having to do with politics, they will immediately take away their tax-exempt status. And if they lose the tax-exempt status in your world, that means you might as well close up your church. I said, you got to be kidding. So I can't really. And I told them, we had another meeting a couple of months later, and I said, you people in theory are the most powerful people. You're more powerful than man or woman because we have more than 50. Let's assume men and women are 50-50, but you have 80% between all the different religions. I said, you have more power than anybody, but you're not allowed to use your power.
Remember, I was just telling you guys about this?
People want to hear what you have to say.
Because you guys kept asking me about it. I was like, that's the thing that sucks is that you low-key have to be silent. It's not really about the, I don't want the tax shit.
That's great.
I think you could get other shit better.
If they like somebody, they're able to talk about
But yeah, this was like, there was like a lot of restrictions.
Right, Jenny? We're able to talk about a certain politician that has your values and likes your religion. It's okay. And we got rid. That was Lyndon Johnson, a very powerful guy. And he had a problem with a pastor, I think in Houston. And the pastor was not a fan of his, and he put the clamps on the guy. He really did. Amazing, actually. And we opened it up. I looked at him.
Yeah, I might do that, you guys. I have bad news for you. It may not be a compound. It may just be a church.
Walking up and down the street. I said, that means that person walking up and down the street, any one of them have more power than you do because you're not allowed to even talk about it. You were even afraid to talk about it. But they're not afraid any longer, and I think they appreciate it. As president, I've ended the radical left war on faith, and we're once again protecting religious freedom instead of destroying it. And God is once again welcomed back into our public square. It's very important.
Very interesting.
And I stopped the Biden administration's persecutions of Christians and pro-life activists. They would put people in jail if they even
a church with Wagyu cows.
And well, look at me. I mean, look what happened to me. I was under investigation more than the late great Alphonse Capone.
Why don't we raise a bunch of animals?
Al Capone would kill people for dinner.
And then we go and feed the homeless.
Like him, he'd have them shot,
y'all ain't feel me,
buried
bro.
under a building someplace.
Yeah, oh, come on.
They're all over the place.
I like that. We should. We'll get one cow for us, one for the homeless.
The
Every cow
legendary
we get for
Alphonse
us, we'll get
Capone,
one
or
for our
probably
holidays, and then
anybody
we'll have
else.
another
I
cow,
had,
and we can have meals
but
for
I had
everybody.
a lot of good people with me, and most importantly, I had the base with
Literally,
me at the level
holy
that
cow.
it actually became stronger. The one thing I did that was very helpful, I was indicted 5 times. Think of that. Indicted.
5
That wasn't a word that was in my father's looking down, my mother's looking down. That my son's not supposed to be indicted, I think. I got indicted 5 times, impeached 2 times. All bullshit, right? All terrible stuff. And I got impeached for making a perfect phone call. Good luck, congratulations. I had a guy come up to me, a secretary of energy from before. Sir, could you call up, of all people, President Zelensky? And I called him. I actually held off. He must have come 10 times. Please, sir. It's because they wanted to do business or something, oil and gas. Who the hell knows what they wanted? You can imagine what they wanted, but they wanted, would you call up President Zelensky? And I did. When I finally got him, I said, congratulations on your win. He had just won. This is early in the process. That war should have never taken place, by the way. If the election weren't rigged, that war would never be happening right now. Millions of people being killed. That war would never be happening. But would you call up? So I say, hello, President. How are we doing? Everything good? Good. Congratulations on your big victory. Wonderful job. Great, great, great. Hang up. That's it. I get indicted for making a phone call. I told that secretary, who wasn't the smartest bulb, he wasn't Rick Perry. You don't want him on your debate team. Let me put it that way. Rick, you're not going to be on my debate team, Rick. But he's the one that asked me to do it, Rick Perry. And I said, thanks, Rick. That was a wonderful suggestion. I just got indicted over your stupid call. This is what we have to put up with, right? This is what we have to do. We have to put up with things. But it's been an amazing period of time, and we've straightened out so many bad things in this country. I created a Presidential Commission on Religious Liberty and established a Department of Justice task force to eradicate anti-Christian bias, because you have a very big anti-Christian bias that you don't think about and you don't hear about it. I established the White House Faith Office to defend and represent people of all faiths, and it's located in the White House. You've never had an office. You've never had that. And Jenny and Paul are there all the time, but we have it in the White House, so people can call up and complain, or they can call up and say, you're doing a great job, whatever. But we have it actually in the White House. Nobody's ever done that. We've restored the fundamental principle that God created 2 genders, male and female. That was a tough one. And we're defending parents' rights.
IONS, Ionis Pharmaceuticals.
Schools. You look
it's
at
not 3 o'clock, is it? 3 o'clock you have the Ronnie one.
And we brought it all back. The parents have the control now. And last Monday, we effectively eliminated the infamous, as I said, Johnson Amendment, such a big deal, and various other amendments and things that really took away your free speech. That's what they've done. They've taken away free speech.
503 amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Oh, ALS.
Of our great First Lady, Melania.
So there's something with like ALS and updates, but I don't know why they're going up. That's big though. That's actually triggered 3%.
Melania did the Be Best initiative in supporting children in our foster care system. She visits a lot of children, a lot. Yesterday we went to the game, the soccer game. I don't know if you saw it in the Meadowlands. It was incredible. And she's always thinking about the children that have a hard time and helping America's young people reach their fullest potential. And it's remarkable to think that it was only 1 year ago this week that my time on earth nearly ended. And if you look at that, God was with me, because that's something that, in theory, I should not be with you today. Well, I believe that, and I believe it, that my life was saved by God to really make America great again. I really believe that. I think I have a son, he's a great shooter, like a championship shooter. Don and Eric, who's a great shooter, both of them. But they said that at that distance...
Barron just plays video games with his little crypto.
And we turned the head at the right time, didn't we, huh? We turned the head at the right time. So, I don't know, some people say it was lucky, and some people say something else. I say something else. I think God helped us. So I always believed in giving back to this nation, a nation that we love so much, and I know that everyone lives by that same sacred principle. The people in this room do, I can tell you. I hate when I see complainers, people that complain and they don't do anything about it. Like in many cases, the media, not all of the media. I must have something because we won in a landslide. Think of it, we won every swing state. We won by millions of votes. We won the popular vote. We won there's a district vote that's very interesting. It's where the whole map looks red for Republican, by the way. But the whole map came out, I think it was 2,750 to 505. Think of that. That's broken into little districts, little areas. We had an unbelievable election, and so I don't know. Somebody said, "How do you win without the press?" But
I told you, I was explaining it to my girl. I still think Barron is the fastest person to become a billionaire
word of mouth
in the
is
world.
More important than the press.
Just he can't report
and
it.
they see what we do, and they see how we do it.
But I'm pretty sure Barron is the quickest person in the world to ever become a billionaire.
It's a blessing to our country.
I think that kid is crazy.
And a blessing to our country that you become so successful and so great. And people look up to you, have no idea. You don't know. We take things for granted. You don't know. The people in this room are amazing. I even, looking at that list, I really said, that's something great. And you're all believers. I think, Paula, you wouldn't have invited people that were, not a lot of, is there an atheist in the room? Any atheists? I don't think so. I wouldn't want to raise my hand if I were. I'd be in big trouble. No, you invited all people that are outstanding in faith and success, and it's a very noble group, but it's because of the patriotism and goodwill of citizens like you that America remains strong and faithful and free.
Again, but
and together we're going to continue the fight for Judeo-Christian values of our founding fathers. We'll grow our economy. We'll defend our sovereignty. We'll protect our children.
Jonas, I was looking. It had the 3-4%, but
because,
I don't know
President
what it is.
Putin
It's
said
an ALS
it to
drug.
me, and other leaders said it to me. When they looked at those
it took another
B2s
30 cents. It's not
and
loading.
Think of it. They flew for 37 hours straight. We had 52 tankers, the gasoline tankers, and they rode along with them at different aspects, and they refueled. And not a screw was broken, not a mark was on those planes. Every engine was perfect. When they landed, they were just as good as when they took off. Think of that.
Okay, but Ryan, I love you, but you just said you know you're not supposed to be stressed, but you are. I'm not going to encourage that in my chat, please.
And those machines worked incredibly well, and literally not a problem. And when I honored the flyers, we did it last week, I also honored the mechanics.
You end up getting mad at me. This is why you're not supposed to get stressed at things. You're not supposed to get stressed.
And I said it's equally important.
Right? This is the whole point. Not you, Mr. Fahar.
And you compare that same country. You compare that with what happened with Jimmy Carter.
He's like, what did I do?
Situation. The helicopters were coming down and they were crashing, and the men were all over the place trying to get the hell out of there. And it turned out to be a hostage situation and horrible thing. And probably it was one of the things that cost him the election, certainly. But when you think of that and you see this was, in terms of perfection, they think it was a perfect military. We sent the planes to Guam. Everybody thought we were flying to Guam. And they said, oh, they're going to Guam. Well, Guam's out of the way. But at the same time, we had some others going a different direction.
Oh, my gosh, bro.
I watched horrible CNN. You know, you have to watch sometimes.
Oh, my God.
Opposition.
Yeah, I can't show this.
And I saw that they had basically the plans of when we're going in.
Dude,
when
he
we
just
would
sent me a video of a bullet in his
oil,
leg. Dude, that's crazy, bro.
And I said, you know,
fully got shot.
And I called the general, Raisin Kane. He's fantastic. I said, General, and Pete Hegseth, I said, I'm watching newscasts where they're saying what time you're taking off tomorrow and what time we're going to be entering the very dangerous airspace, the worst air space anywhere there is, anywhere that in the world. I said, what do you think? Sir, we'll be fine. We blow them away, we'll be fine. Because, they went those B-2s with 7, and they were surrounded by a lot of great planes. F-22s, the most beautiful plane ever built. The fighter jet, F-35s. They had a lot of different planes going with them. I said, but wouldn't a surprise be better? Yeah, it would be better. I said, well, then let me cancel it, and let's make it at a different time. So the day before, I canceled it. I said, I'm canceling it. We'll do it sometime within the next 2, maybe 3 weeks. But I'm canceling it. And then I had a meeting, and I said, I have an idea, because I got slightly big coverage, to put it mildly. So everyone knew it was being canceled. I said, let's leave at the exact same time we were supposed to leave.
No, it didn't go through.
Day. And we took off, and that's when the planes went out to Guam and this and that. And we took off. And that was the only time, and they said it, that was the only time they knew we wouldn't be coming in, was the exact same time that I came. I said, let's do something. And they flew in, and they were stealth, incredible planes. They were stealth. And they hit every bomb.
They charged you because you turned the gun in? So the guy dropped his gun and you stole it?
Then they said, skedaddle. Skedaddle means get the hell out of there. They had to get out of that airspace.
Oh!
But it was an amazing thing, and I think it was so great for our country in so many different ways. You see so many incompetent people, like the way we left Afghanistan with Milley and all these incompetent, stupid people. And Biden, it was him. Leave everything behind. We'll leave jets behind. I said to Milley, so you mean to tell me, because I was going to leave. We would have left earlier than them, but we were going to leave with dignity and strength. I said to Milley, you mean you want to leave a jet fighter behind? Sure, it's cheaper if we do that. I said, wait a minute, give me a tank of gas and I'll fly it to Pakistan, or I'll fly it to someplace, or I'll fly it back home. Why is it cheaper? Oh, it's just cheaper. That's when I realized the guy was grossly incompetent, okay? He's telling me it's cheaper to leave a plane than it is that the planes cost $150 million apiece. Let's leave it, sir. It's just great. And they did. They left all, I was taking everything, but they left it behind. But when you look at what happened and compare that to what we have now, we have a real great machine. I rebuilt the military in my first term, and we left some of it to Afghanistan and the Taliban, and they have their parades. I hate those parades. Every year they have a parade wheeling down our equipment on some very unattractive street. That's, their Fifth Avenue. They show our equipment going down. It's getting older and older, but I hate to see it. But we're going to be working together to protect our children, and with the grace of God and the blessing of Providence, we will lead our country to heights that it's never seen before. I think we're going to be more successful in many ways, but I think we're going to be more successful than we've ever been. And I do think this, if we didn't catch it, if we would have lost this election, our country was finished. I think we were run by incompetent people. We were run by an auto pen that nobody knows who used it. I think it's one of the biggest scandals in the history of our country. We were run by an auto pen. Nobody has any idea who used it, including Biden. He doesn't know. Saw that interview yesterday. He knew nothing. So it's a very terrible. We're against an evil group of people, and they're very smart. Very smart. He's not, but they are. They took over the Oval Office. They actually took over the Oval Office. We can never let a thing like that happen again. So, Paul, I want to thank you very much, and I want to thank Jenny, and most importantly, I want to thank the people in this room. You really are incredible people, an inspiration to our country.
An SMR again.
I know you don't know that. You don't think it because you're too busy working. But you are. You're a great inspiration to young people. I see that.
That is a $50 price target raise on Boeing.
And thank you very much for being here. And it's a great honor. And Paul, I think you're going to say a prayer. I'll stay with you while you say your prayer, okay?
Oh, amen.
Good. Thank you very much, everybody.
Let's have a prayer.
Thank you.
Philo.
Thank you very much.
Is he going to do it now? Or are they going to make us wait?
Thank you so much, Mr. President. You guys may be seated for just a moment. And he is our greatest champion of faith of any president that the United States of America has ever had. We are deeply grateful for that. We are very honored that you are all here with us at the White House, and where faith is not sidelined, but has a seat at the table. And as we gather today as leaders of industry, of vision, of faith, I believe that today is going to be very enlightened, and I'm so overwhelmed. We're getting ready to worship and pray, and to just think that prayer, worship, and doing good works is welcome back into the White House. President Trump is a historic and a bold move established the White House Faith Office to recognize some simple truths: that America is strongest when faith is engaged and not silenced, when believers are activated and they are not isolated. This administration understands that people who are of faith, who are entrusted with wealth and influence as you are essential to building a stronger, freer, and a more compassionate nation. You're more than just CEOs and business leaders and entrepreneurs. You're stewards on divine assignment, builders of legacy, and vessels of impact. You've been called by God to his kingdom for such a time as this. And together we are witnessing something absolutely remarkable. More has been accomplished by this administration in the past 5 months than in the last several decades. And that is due to the leadership of President Trump, his administration, and the great team he has assembled. America's spiritual and moral foundations have been restored, and it's only the beginning. Today's not just a luncheon. It is a moment of divine alignment, a commissioning. And we believe that God is raising up business leaders who don't separate faith from enterprise, but who see their platforms and their pulpits as their businesses and instruments for eternal impact. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come before you with great reverence and expectation. Your word declares in Isaiah chapter 43, verse 19, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" Lord, we do perceive it. We see the stirring of your hands, reviving hearts, reforming systems, raising up leaders at this very hour. We thank you for our great president, President Trump, for his life, his courage, his clarity, and unwavering defense of faith and freedom. May your wisdom guide him and your protection always surround him, according to your word that does not return void. In Psalm 89:21, that you say, "My hand will sustain him, and surely my arm will strengthen him." We bless every person in this room, those you've entrusted this wealth, strategy, and vision to, according to 1 Timothy 6. That you tell us, do not put our hope in riches, but be rich in good works, generous and ready to share. So they are your Josephs in Egypt, the wise stewards in famine. They are your Daniels in Babylon, the uncompromising voice, and your Lydia in Philippi, the ones who expanded the kingdom. Let this be more than a meeting. Let it be a movement where we come together and converge to bless communities, care for others, and reach nations, empowered by your purpose and your grace. Unite us with the common cause to use our time and talent. For thy kingdom come, thy will be done in the earth as it is in heaven. In the mighty, matchless name of Jesus, we pray these things and come in agreement. Bless this food and bless everyone. And everybody said, amen. And by the way, it is Secretary Howard Lutnick's birthday, so I'll wish him a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Howard! Surprise! Surprise! It's a surprise party. We love you, Howard. So does Jesus. Jesus loves you, Howard. He loves you, little Howard, little How. Little Howie. God had you in his hands.
So he will raise you. Look at you now. But will you let President know how much we love and appreciate him?
Howard, for your birthday, tell me how awesome I am. For your birthday, Howard, I will let you tell me how great of a boss I am. Go ahead. Go ahead, do it now. What is this? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, amen. Thank you.
To remain.
Okay, that's it. That was good. I like the prayer, though, bro. What do you mean? They just said in Jesus' name in the White House? What are you saying? What? I haven't seen that in a while, bro. We saw it a couple months ago. But before that, I'm talking about the other years. Oh, so Chad and Tony, happy birthday, Howard. Some of you share a birthday with Howard. Look at that. It goes open face and then Howard. That's a good combo. Look at that. Open face Howard. No, open face sandwich. Anyways, Chatadonia. Surprise. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals, it's time for Philo. I know. So I hope you had a good weekend. I got some good stuff for you today, and I don't know why you're here, but if you are here, I am assuming that you are here and you know what's going on. You clicked on the video. It says Philo. And what that means is that the Jesus guy is going to go talk about Jesus. The religious stock nut job is going to begin to nut job about religion. So not really about religion, man. I love that Jesus guy. He's my homie, my father, all of that. But long story short, bro, I would never wish hell upon you. And I think a good glimpse of hell is doing something you don't love doing. And being somewhere you don't love to be, that's a good glimpse of it. So, very simple, man. You don't want to listen to this stuff. You don't want to be a part of it. No one's forcing it upon you. You are forcing it upon yourself if you are choosing to stay after I'm telling you exactly what we are going to do. I'm not trying to force anything upon you. In the sense, man, I hope you all just live your life. At the end of the day, I hope you live happily. And if I am trying to force anything upon you, it's saving 10% and getting a long term. So before we could debate about anything else, if you're not saving 10% and not getting a long term, it's very weird that we are having a conversation, if that makes any sense. What are we arguing about if we can't get step number one? So other than that, though, if you do want to talk about stocks, you can. Just if it's not breaking, I'm not going to respond to it right away. You have a news wire up just in case I miss anything. You guys will be able to help out. And then if you in the chat see anything, you post it. And, there's thousands of people. And that way we have good workflow. Everybody gets what they want. And we can make it a very productive moment. And that's what I'm a big fan of. So other than that, Chad, I hope you are ready for today. I got a lot. It was the weekend, so it's going to be kind of random. I had a lot of different things happen. And I heard a lot of different things. And it was super chill. I feel like I did a lot of stuff last weekend, so I got to relax. I thought I was going to be doing more farm stuff, but I got to really chill, bro. And oh man, there's some good things. So I have two things. I was reading a lot in the Bible, one specific story. So I'm gonna share two Bible stories with you, and then before I do that, I'm gonna just kind of randomly jump around everywhere. So I don't know where to start, but I'll start with this one. The words like do you guys, have you ever heard of fruit? Do you know what fruit is? I'm sure you all know what fruit is. Like a strawberry. What's another name for fruit? All this farming shit we keep talking about. What's another word for fruit? Can anybody, like fruits and vegetable, what's another adjective that they would describe fruits and vegetables as? Results. Wow, that's okay. Produce. Interesting. Produce, harvest, product. Product sounds like you're moving weight, bro. Food, flowers, yield. It's a very interesting word. And I got TSM up here. They keep popping. Again, they had an earnings update last week. So you guys got it correct. It's not products, you drug dealers. Produce. Produce. Have you ever heard that word, produce? Isn't that that's a very interesting word, produce. So you get fruits and vegetables, you go through the growing process. The result is called produce. So I could go into a whole thing like Adam, Eve, the apple. Apple was a fruit. She ate the fruit, right? And then they all of a sudden started seeing. Then the word conscious, their conscious became aware. Conscious relates to the eye relates to the fruit, the apple. We could get into it if we really wanted to. But I thought it was very fascinating. I was chilling this weekend thinking about how produce, the fruit, is literally, how many times do you guys hear me keep saying fruit? How many times over the last 6 months have I reminded you all about fruit? I've said, look, you could see the fruit from what we're doing. I could see the fruit in what other people are doing. You put your time and effort in this stuff. You could judge things by the fruit. You want to make analysis. Look at the fruit. You could go look at all this stuff when the fruit will tell you a lot, right? So you don't think that's weird? Imagine how much we've talked about it, all the different contexts, fruits of the spirit. But look, produce. I said we could tie it into conscience and where the fruit and produce comes up in the Bible, but go look at the word produce, productive. You can't spell productive without produce. They share the same root. So ironically, this whole time we talk about being productive, you've been talking about produce. You've been talking about fruit. Ain't that something? So yeah, I want to start off today reminding you to be fruitful. And, if you ever have any doubts about what that may be, believe me, bro, the fruit isn't a car. It's not a house. Not yet. You'll see it at other times, but at various stages in your life, bro, there is fruit in the form of production and you being productive. You know that, right? So again, this whole being deliberate, being intentional, waking up, taking care of ourselves, being productive, and that is part of your fruit. Do you realize that? Again, the more fruit you have, do you realize being productive, that is a side effect of being fruitful. That is what happens. You get results. You get you plant the seed, it's produce, it's productive. So make no mistake, bro, the words go hand in hand. And I thought it was very funny that I never really I took a second and thought about productive, and I thought about fruit and produce. And again, there was another, it really did, the discussion I was hearing about, the Greek word and the root word of conscience and how people relate it to the eye and being able to see. And that's why when she ate the fruit, like I said, there's a deep discussion about it, but just in general, there is an element where being fruitful, it relates to your productivity. And when you are being productive, I mean, my brother, that's some of your fruit. So if I could ever be encouraging to remind you, stay productive. And you will have, if that's the whole idea of keeping faith, planting the seeds, you may not see it. Having a goal is so that you can remain productive, even while the seed is just laying down the roots. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first one. Another thing I heard, it's sad because it was kind of prosperity gospel, but I did think it was an implication. It was in the letters there. I think it was Paul. It was Paul. You've heard it from the disciples. You also heard it from Jesus, but it's funny, we were just talking about it today. We were just talking about, if we made the farm a church, and then if we started, like I said, if we had a cow, and then we fed the homeless, that'd be dope. I like that idea. But do you guys realize you have been called to give to the poor? Have you heard that calling? And this isn't a trick question, I promise you, okay? I can't get into a debate. We can't get into the discussion about, a lot of people neglect how socialist Jesus really was. Okay? I'm a big fan of Jesus, dude. I love him. Just don't forget. He said, feed the hungry, feed the poor, give to the homeless. He said, allow the foreigners in, and a lot of things. And people have used this to fight with other people. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. That's think about, just know your father. Know his personality. But you've heard this calling to feed the poor. Yes or no? To feed or to give to the poor, to feed the hungry, to clothe the clothless. You've heard this calling, right? Have you, or am I tripping? And I'm not. Like I said, this isn't a trick question. I promise you. I truly promise you. I'm not even gonna punch you in the face. I swear to you. I'll put it on everything. This ain't that. I want you. I'm being genuine as hell right now. Genuine as heaven with you, as I could just act like this, right? Like I'm saying, this is biblical. I'm not making this up. No, the disciples, Jesus, you have been called to give to the poor. You have heard this. And I'm asking you, and I'm clarifying, because I want to make sure. And I want to know, make sure it's from God. Make sure this is in the Word. And I know it is. But why I say this, because I've never really thought about it. There's a logical implication of that. Right? If you're called to give to the poor to some default level, that is implying that you are going to have a little bit more? Yes or no? It does say, even if you have little, give little. But do you get what I'm saying? So if you really hear your calling and you're like, yeah, man, you are called to be fruitful. You are called to be productive. You are called to help the poor. You are called to help people who need it. So that means part of your journey is going to require, again, that means you are going to be having resources in your destiny. And even if it's a little or it's a lot, you are called to help. So think about it. Yeah, poor give to the more poor, and at any level. That's what it does say. But this is for everybody at every stage. But the whole calling implies that you will have more than nothing. And I thought about that too. I was like, wow. Like I said, it sucks because it does sound kind of prosperity gospel to a degree, but I do look at that implication at face value, and it does imply more than nothing. If you are there to be the helper, that means you are not called to be in the same position. So again, the challenge is at different levels, and I think we all learn that throughout life. So there's that, and then here's the final one. Then I'm gonna get you my stories. Then I'm gonna get you my biblical stories. Oh, it's funny, bro. I'll share with you one of them, one of the ideas it gave me. But can I just tell you one of my favorite things? It's one of my favorite things. It's actually one of the first things I've ever shared with you. I'm telling you, bro. I remember listening to this and it changed my life. And I remember, bro, being young, hearing it, it was mind-blowing. And it ironically wasn't the Bible. You know, I rejected the Bible at first. It was Earl Nightingale. The strangest secret in the world. And just let me remind you, Chad, you truly become what you think about. Do you know that? And it's funny, bro. This came up to me. The word that I couldn't escape this weekend was conscience. You know, having a good conscience, how people have bad consciences, how it affects you. Again, the meaning, the word, the root, the eye, the vision, all of that, right? So it's funny because Earl Nightingale, and this is like, I'm being serious, bro. This is so important. Yes, every religion, every single dude, the amount of texts that describe this mystery and secret of the mind and how truly, Rene Descartes, I think therefore I am, cogito de ergo sum, all you could go down the list from Bible to Buddhism, all of your mind. You really do. There is such a deep connection of you become what you think about. Everybody knows this. And it's a secret because everybody knows this, but they don't really know it. Even then, I've told it to you guys so many times. So think about this. But like, again, conscience comes up because you do become what you think about. Everything in life truly does respond to the conscience that you hold. That's why having a good and bad conscience, and again, even Corinthians, the whole like, if you fall into a hole and you think that hole is light, how deep that, again, that's referring your conscience. Again, he says, see, like your conscience, you're seeing. If the man can't see, take the plank out of your own eye. Again, your conscience, the word relates to vision, the eye. It's crazy. But like I'm saying, everything responds to the conscience you hold, sometimes for better or worse. This is what I really need to remind. I hate and I love this because it's so simple, so basic. It's going to sound like some Disney shit. And frankly, a lot of you have already heard this. Special even from me. But dude, if you hold a conscience of lacking is gonna find you, bro. Do you understand? If you hold struggle, it is going to find you. Struggle will find you. This doesn't mean you don't struggle. This doesn't mean you don't have this stuff. I'm aware of that. But I'm saying if there's a man who struggles and holds a conscience of struggle, and there's a man who has a conscience of success but still struggles. Do you get what I'm saying? And if you keep wondering, things keep finding you, you need to ask the question of conscience. What conscience are you holding? Literally, what thought are you holding? Like I'm saying, bro, you become what you think about. You keep thinking about struggle, my bro, struggle gonna find you. Why do you think I keep telling you I keep thinking about God? I know I'm cuckoo. Great, I'm happy. Great, I'm productive. I got fruit. You don't get it? I would rather my mind be delusional on God than be on worry and stress and you name it. I hate to break it to you. Your conscience, you keep thinking lack is gonna find you. Struggle is gonna find you. My brother, I hate to break it to you. You will become what you think about. A lot of this stuff you haven't realized lately. I've just been like telling you how much I don't know things. I know a lot, but I don't. It's a trip, bro. Furious opposites at the same time. It's because, bro, I think opportunity is arising, but I'm not searching for it. That's a trip. You know why? I'm expecting it. Do you know why the door keeps opening? You want to know why? Because it was never locked. Oh, come, Chad, are you hearing me? And I need you to realize this secret. I'm trying to give you the secret. That's why I'm saying Earl Nightingale, the strangest secret in the world. Like, you think I'm like hunting? No, I'm expecting it. I'm saying, I'm like, watch, all these deers are going to just show up. And guess what? They keep showing up. It looks like we're picking locks and opening vaults and safes. I'm like, dog, the door was never locked. I'm just turning it. Do you not get it? And guess what? The same thing is happening with your struggle. You know that I had a friend. I remember this was maybe like a year ago, and it reminds me of this because I remember I didn't see him for a couple years, and I was like, man, you're doing good now. That's good. I was happy for them. I was like, I remember just trouble kept finding you. I just remember this person in their car. He would get a flat tire, then he would lose his wallet, and I was like, bro, I remember every time you would call me, it was something new, and he was like, yeah, he's like, I don't know, he was telling you it doesn't happen to him anymore, but it was like a weird phenomenon. I just remember, I don't know, you may know people, I remember just like just one after the next. It's the same like trick, it's the same secret, it's the same philosophy. Just there's a lot of things, bro. It is part of your conscience. That's why you're encouraged to keep a good conscience, so you could keep thinking positively, so you could keep expecting good things, so you could keep seeing the doors as unlocked. You taint your conscience, you live a certain way, it pollutes it. You think about it. Now listen, bro, you're forgiven. Your conscience, I hope you believe your Father so that you could live in it. And I'm not here to judge your conscience. I'm truly not. I'm not here to. All I'm here to tell you is that I know how to clean a conscience. I can tell you that. It's not through myself. It's not through my actions. It don't matter how much money you donate. It don't matter how many times you click your heels. It matters with one dude and one dude only. And I'll leave that between you and him. But what I am saying is that your conscience does translate to your thoughts. And your thoughts translate to the environment that keeps arising. And like I'm saying, bro, I want you to do good. And I think you've seen a lot, and I've shown you a lot. And even as of recently, whether it's good or bad, success or failure, even something like now where you watch me do pretty decent in a very difficult environment, I want you to know why. And like I'm saying, bro, I truly, and you've heard this, so this should sound legit, because I'm telling you, bro, I need you to expect good things. That's what I'm expecting things. And you want to know why I keep running into houses and this and that and boom and stop. Bro, I'm expecting it. You don't get it? From day one, I've been expecting a lot. And you know, that's why I was grateful, bro. At the end of last year, beginning of this year, I feel like I really got to wake up, and I started expecting early. And I'm grateful that I did. From the moment we made the long term, we did that because we expected. I already knew what I had in my other long term, and I already knew what was going to happen. So I was expecting a lot. You see, the point, you don't want to be like a egotistical prick and entitled and arrogant, but I need you to expect good things. That is the part. Otherwise, I'm telling you, if you expect bad things, you're going to keep getting it. I shit you not. It's a weird, and like I'm telling you too, if you think there is a challenge, it's truly not. And like I'm saying, sometimes the most of the doors are unlocked. You know, most people don't want to go up to them and knock. Most people want to tell you it's fortified, it's locked, you can't do this. But I'm telling you, most of the people just think the doors are inaccessible. I'm telling you it's unlocked. And the man who believes that it's unlocked is going to have the energy, desire, motivation to walk his ass up to that door, put his hand on the door, and twist it. You see what I'm saying? It's a different belief system. Truly is. What I love, I think some of you would get a lot if you believe what I believe. But that's fine. Let's just get the general idea of possibility. That's what I'm saying. Your belief system. Do you even believe you could walk up to that door and open it? I'm telling you, you guys think I'm a weirdo. You think I have some advantage. I don't. I'm just a sicko in that sense. I genuinely believe when I see the big castle, the big, small castle, I see the pathway. I'm like, I could walk up to it, put my hand on it, and turn it, and it's going to open. That's it. That's all I believe. That's all you need. Because I'm telling you, the man who sees that same image and rejects it, doesn't believe, thinks the door is locked, you're not going to walk up. You know that, right? Like, seriously. And it's funny, I heard this too, and I said it earlier today. It's something about the chance. You know, but I'm telling you, the doors are never locked. And you do got to take the chance. And whatever conscience you think and foster, you will get it in your reality constantly. I promise you. I've seen it. You've seen it. You're experiencing it right now. I don't know if you realize it. But I heard that too, man. Because literally, like, you know, in the whole, like, you reap what you sow. And can I just tell you guys something too? Because some of you are this will be a challenge. And remember, please don't forget this Philo. Because I love this Philo in the beginning of the year. Prepare for disappointment. I'm still preparing for it, you guys. Make no mistake. All this fruit talk, all this good shit talk. Yeah. Get ready for disappointment. I'm not expecting anything. I know I'm expecting good things and I'm expecting the door to be unlocked, but you're not going to surprise me and make me sad because something didn't happen the way I demanded. I hate to, that's not going to happen. Because my expectation is of good. I'm not forcing a pathway. But be ready for this in the future. Because I'm telling you this, you need to be ready for disappointment and you will reap what you sow, but you want to know what the reality of life is? You reap what you sow. And sometimes you plant, you put good seed down, you spend day after day, you put the time, the energy, the resources, you grow it, you remain faithful, and it's right about to be harvest. And then the rain comes in. And sometimes you get hailed on right before your harvest. Did you reap what you sowed? Yeah, yes and no, right? It doesn't mean you did a bad job, but the reality is the rain shines on the just and unjust alike. The point is you must always be prepared. And that's going to happen sometimes in life. What are you going to do when that happens? Are you ready for that? Are you ready to reap what you sow is good, but are you going to be able to deal with the hail? Like, think about it. And you know what the reality is? That sucks. And sometimes it hurts. So what are you going to do the next time? Can we run away from it? No. Are you going to not plant? Because that's the messed up part about it. Because you could go and do that whole process, still get rained on. But what? Are we going to not plant? No, at least you had the chance. You need to walk up to the door. I would rather reap and plant and sow and get rained on and lose everything than never to have planted at all. Do you understand? That's how those are your options. Would you rather fail by the random rain, or would you rather just fail every time because you never took the step? That's, again, part of your conscience. Do you think the door is unlocked? Do you expect something to come out of what you're doing? Those simple questions and a belief in them change everything. So, that being said, that's just the intro. I didn't even get into the Bible stories. I have two. I'm gonna share one with you at the end of it that I think is, it gave me some ideas. But I'll start with a simple one. You guys remember the story in the Bible where Jesus feeds the 5,000, right? The 2 fish and the loaves, and he feeds them. That sound familiar? Break bread, 2 fish to feed the crowd. Just, Sunday school VBS stories. You've heard it. What happened afterwards? So afterwards, Jesus feeds them. Then what happens? Where do they go? What's the next step? What's the next story? Do you know? Excuse me. They did a Philo, but what they do after the Philo? Yep. The next one was the storm and Jesus in the water. So after he fed everybody, they packed up. And then Jesus actually sent them ahead. And then what did do you know what he gave them? Yeah, they had leftovers. So Jesus gave them these leftovers and put them on a boat and said, yeah, meet me there. I'll catch up with y'all. And then what happens? There's a gigantic storm and they start tripping out because Jesus isn't on the boat and they think they're going to die. That sound familiar? So you want to know what's crazy about that story? He gave them bread. So remember, he feeds the 5,000 people. And then they go and encounter a storm right after. But before he sends them on the boat, Jesus gave them the leftovers. You know that, right? That's very important. Why is that important? Why is the bread on the boat so important? Obviously, there was way more to this story. Right? The storm, the walking on water. Why? Yeah. You know why Jesus sent them with the boat with the bread? Dog, that bread was a miracle. The fact that Jesus just fed 5,000 people with 2 pieces of bread and there was still bread left over and they had physical evidence of the miracle with them. They just experienced the absolute impossible miracle. And ironically enough, here they are freaking out about a storm. He sent them ahead with the bread, bro. Think about it. That was a very obvious symbol, bro. If he could bless the bread, I'm sure he could bless the weather. So do you see what I'm about to tell you, bro? I think some of you have bread on your boat already. You might just be forgetting it. You may see the storm or whatever, but just I want you to go and look back at the miracle that already happened. You have bread in your boat. It's like, again, I don't think God took you this far to take you this far. He who begins a good work, you know what I'm saying? But there's bread on the boat already. I know there's a storm. I know there's this and that, but just there was already a miracle that led up to the problem. Don't forget that, okay? So, that was the first Bible story. You know, a little one. I liked it. I told you this actually a couple years ago. This was a Philo from a long time ago. But that story came up this weekend, and I was thinking about it. I said, amen, bro. Hey, don't forget about the bread. You all got bread on the boat already. That I think is always a great reminder. But now, one of my other favorite stories. I don't know why. I was reading different parts of the Bible. And honestly, I think it's just because of the farm. I think it's all because of the compound. Something in me wanted me to read Nehemiah. In Nehemiah is a story of a guy. Honestly, you should read Nehemiah. It blows my mind, actually. Nehemiah was like a reality check when I was younger, when I read it. Because when I first read Nehemiah, I'm like, damn, they've been haters forever. You know that? Like, if you thought, like, people being weird, Karen, snitch, like, awkward, like, haters and willing to go out of their way to be, like, a B word, like, dude, that's not a new thing. That's not a social media thing. You know that? They were doing this in Bible days. Like, bro, imagine even in Bible days, you had, like, haters. They like, you see what he posted at the watering hole? I know. He thinks he got his fourth wife. He think his donkey, he got a brand new donkey. I hate him. He thinks he gonna rebuild the wall. I'm being dead serious. It's a trip. It really should trip you out. Because if you think like the petty, competitive like nature that you see today, bro, like, oh, dude, I'm telling you, it blew my mind in Nehemiah. Because they were doing stuff that I thought was modern. Like the way they were like conniving and shady. And like you would think it's a modern thing. You would thought that was a cause and reaction to social media. Nah, bro. Like people have been haters. You know that, bro. You know from Bible days. Even the Bible is telling you the moment you're like, yo, I want to rebuild the wall. I want to go do something big. You are going to have a hater ass mother effer who will do anything to change the laws, to trick the king. They will do anything to stop you. It's actually mind blowing. So I don't know if you ever, just for anybody out there, whenever you do anything, just keep in mind. And I don't know, read the story of Nehemiah. It's very fascinating. But I was reading it, and I was going through it, and there was a couple of things that stood out. Well, I'll tell you the idea I got at the end, but I noticed something. Let me see. I think it was in the second verse of Nehemiah. Yeah, right here. So it's right how the story starts. He's sad in front of the king, and the king says, like, why does your face look sad? Are you ill? This could be nothing of sadness, but sadness of heart. I was very much afraid, but I said to the king, may the king live forever. Why should my face not look sad when the city where my ancestors are buried lies in ruins, and the gates have been destroyed by fire? Then the king said to me, what is it that you want? Then I prayed to the God of heaven, and I answered the king. If it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor in his sight, let him send me to the city in Judah where my ancestors are buried so that I could rebuild it. That right there, what stuck out? Something reading that blew my mind. Again, I've read this story before. Like I said, it's opened my eyes towards the haters and other things, but something there. The king goes up to him and says, like, why do you look so sad? I've never seen you sad in all of working for me. What do you want? And then he tells him, but there was something in there. There was one line. Not the rebuild. No. Think about it. Think about how this conversation played out. The king is, again, he said, long live the king. This king's a scary guy. He was sad at first. But that's not it. He said something. Or maybe he didn't. He prayed to God before speaking. That blew my mind. Because a lot of the times in the Bible, when like they pray to God before something, it's like an event. Right? Like the one guy before going into war, he like prayed and said if the soldiers were making fun or not. There's like more steps to it. Usually they were like doing something Old Testament, wait for confirmation, and then do something. Even David, like he would act, there was more delay. But I realized, like literally, then I prayed to the God of heaven and I answered. That's it. That's the line, and then boom. That means the king asked him something. He looked at the king, and in his mind, he prayed real quick. He said, God, give me the right answer. God, if this is your, real quick. And then he answered. Oh man, if that's not motivating. Like I'm saying, a lot of the times in the Old Testament, it was like when you asked God before, it was like a commitment. You know, it was an act. It required a lot of things. You know, they were like getting on, no, in his head, in his mind. This was like a real just process, order of operations, God first. So yeah, that's what really stuck out to me, was that you do have this opportunity. And the fact I've seen this now addressed, again, like I'm saying, Old Testament, it's usually a different process. This just goes to show, bro. We've been talking about it. Put the Father first. And I don't know, man, if you have to deal with difficult scenarios or all of that, I think you should pray first, even in the moment. And if you're like, Josh, I'm not religious, I hate you, why would you tell me to pray? I'm telling you to take a moment before acting. I'm telling you that's what this, you want to take God out of this, I think you're missing out. But even if you take God out of it, it's telling you to not be impulsive. He understood the value. He understood, even without shame, he understood it. He weighed it all. He knows he's in front of the king. He doesn't want to be disrespectful. He doesn't want to not answer the king. He doesn't want to say the wrong thing. So before, instead of answer, again, it could have just said he answered like it did in the other part. He prayed and then he answered. So I don't know, man. I feel like sometimes in the next coming days, weeks, and months, you will be dealt with answering the king question. You are going to have to, again, think about the implications. You're answering the king. At this moment, this had a high cost. You said the wrong thing. It wasn't good. You're going to deal with this with your house, with your investments. And the question is, are you actually going to stop and think before? You know, I've been telling you and showing you a lot of examples. I've been seeing people rush into stuff. I want you all to get a house. You don't have to do it a certain way, but you got to be careful. Because like I'm asking you, I'm like, how did you get to certain steps if we weren't really rushing? Impulsivity. Bro, even in answering the king, you have time. So, and then again, I think with everything else, if I don't have to water down the message for you, you know what I'm saying. You do believe what I believe. You do think you are chosen and called. My brother, why are you not putting God in your mind and magnifying him at every corner? Everything you do, pray before you do it. Every trade you make, every little act. Bro, do you know how many times I've prayed on this farm? Yo, are you kidding me? In the moment too, bro. That's what I'm saying. You have this ability. Like, dude, that's the crazy part. You can go fast. You could be in the moment. You don't you know what I'm saying? You don't have to wait on this answer, man. God is with you. But that's what I'm saying. It's just the idea of not being as impulsive. And I'd rather have your impulsivity be to God first and then what you're doing. Get the habit of it. Consult. You have a lot of people in here to consult with. Good. Consult with God first, then add everything to it. Then tell me what you got. So that blew my mind. And then the next part, you keep going in the story. And this is the part that I thought was fascinating. And it honestly, it kind of blew my mind. And it kind of gave me a reality check. Because they go and build this wall. And as they're starting, everybody's like, you're dumb. You're not going to be able to do it. They're making fun of him. They're clowning on him. And they're even like, you know what they say? They're like, dude, a fox can run up this wall and tear it down. What are you guys are wasting your time. So after they made fun of him, what happens after they mock you? What's going to happen next? This is from the Bible. So they mock him. They compare it to jokes. Literally, like I'm saying, they even joke like today. They even bring up, they're like, bro, what are you doing? Like a kid could get rid of that. Like, you're dumb, bro. That's what they're saying to Nehemiah. All these people working on the wall, they're like, why are you wasting your time? What are you guys going to do? They mock him. But then they make progress even after being mocked. What happens next? No, that's the funny part. Some of them did doubt, but Nehemiah was the whole time. He said, God is with me. He didn't doubt. No, he did not doubt at all. He had God. He wasn't tripping. They were memeing him. They were memeing the hell out of him. Literally a fox. That's what I'm saying. They're making jokes. Like funny jokes. They're like, look, a fox. Like it's a meme. But after they mocked him and he still kept going, the next step was to attack him. That's what they did. It went from, we're going to make fun of you, to now we're mad that you're making progress. They started hurting the wall. Then they started saying, well, we're going to attack you. You guys can't defend yourself. And then you know what ends up happening? He first starts rebuilding the wall. They didn't have a plan to protect themselves. He just went out and said, I'm going to do what nobody said we could do. The king is with me. God is with me. Ultimately, I'm going to build the wall. They're like, you idiot. You can't do it. Then he starts making progress. Then they're like, we're going to send soldiers. It's weak. You can't defend yourself. So then, and here's the funny part. He didn't get mad about it. Nehemiah didn't trip. He actually said, you guys are fighting for God and your family. Is it not worth it? And all he did was adjust. And then what ended up happening, the original plan was to work on the wall all day. They would have these people and they would just go work out through it. Now the mockers turned into attackers. What did they start doing? He started going in waves. So he said, now, since people are going to attack us, we have to go in twos. One person works while the other people protect. The other people protect while the other people work. So do you get the point? You know what's going to happen. You need to know how to keep going. So I look forward to it, both in everything we're going to be doing, but even for all of you individually. And the story of Nehemiah. I don't want to spoil it all, but you should read it. And the point is, man, you know what to deal with. You know what is expected. Like I'm saying, the history and humans and how we act. Oh man, it's absolutely crazy. It's all the same. But at the end of the day, Mr. Nehemiah, he knew. He didn't get mad, didn't get angry, didn't change the plan. He did adjust. I love it. Because at first he was naive about protection. But then when it came time to protect, he was willing to, the way he moved in it was so natural. That's what I was saying. I was like, man, I don't think whether we have a security threat or not at the farm, I think we're going to do this. I'm gonna half of you guys work, half of you guys have to walk around and protect. Just to simulate this. But think about it. I don't think you guys, imagine, bro. Have you ever started a project and then had an outside force get in the way? Do you know what that would be like? Imagine you wanted to build something and then people started making fun of you and then they started lighting it on fire. Then he had to go from, I put all my work into making this, to now I have to spend half the time working, half the time protecting. I hope you heard it. So think about it. The way he did that fluidless, or so fluidly. Why are you? This is what is expected of you, bro. This is gonna happen to you. The point is to not stop building the wall. The point is, like he said, you are doing it for your family. You're doing it for your God. They could, again, no weapon formed against you. But that's the whole point. It sucks, and it's a big change. He went from not having a home at all to getting the ability to rebuild it. Then it's all about the rebuild, but now he's like, wait a minute, I didn't account for this. What do you mean I have to protect? I have to protect from the people. Even I'm not doing anything wrong. It doesn't matter. But he didn't, again, that didn't stop him. Do you know how many people that would have stopped him? My guys, I think some of you will stop. I think some of you are going to get going and they're going to tell you you shouldn't have built that wall and that you don't have what it takes. And then right when they start building, right when you start building it, then they're going to turn level 2 on you. And some of you are going to back down at level 2. Why? You're like, God, I thought you were supposed to have me rebuild the wall. I thought I was, but then I got the king. Then we made progress. It was all good, but then, do you see what I'm saying? Go read Nehemiah. Trust me. But you are going to need this. And that's what I'm saying. What is it worth? The goal better be something that God, your family, and everything rides on it. But what do you mean? Okay. It does tell you, bro, at one point you do have to think about protection as much as you think about building. You realize that, right? That's the problem when you don't have a lot. I could relate. I didn't get born like this. The problem is that you focus so much on growing, you stop thinking about protection. See what I'm saying? But guess what, bro? The story tells you what to expect. At one point, bro, you are going to need to focus on protecting as much as building, and you got to do it with the same attitude. You see what I'm saying? This, you can't, why are you getting mad that you have to protect the wall? It's because it's working. It's okay. All that matters is that the wall is going to be built and you're going to do it. But do not be discouraged. That's the whole point. That's why he's telling them he said, listen, I know you may not like it. I know you may not like that they're attacking you while you're working, but guess what? Is it not for your God? Is it not for your families and all of us? So he says half of us are gonna work while the other protects. That way we could keep working and we could protect. And guess what? They get mad and then their plans get foiled. Every time. But you got to be ready and willing to move in this. You see what I'm saying? And again, some of you who are growing right now, don't be naive. There is going to be a time in your journey where you're going to have to protect as much as you grow. Watch. Don't be discouraged when that happens. Be ready. That's what they were. They were joyful. They were encouraged. There was times they got discouraged, but again, what they were aiming for and driving, that kept them going. They were more motivated than their haters, and the haters are pretty motivated. It's a very interesting story. But like I'm telling you, though, you are going to have to protect at one point. It is inevitable. Get used to it. Get ready for it. The show must go on, though. So, Chad, excuse me, all in all, don't forget about your bread. You already got miracles in your life, man. Let that take you. But at the same time, bro, this Nehemiah and protection and goals, I think a lot of you have a calling and living it. And again, a calling means you're going to provide. So think about that in your provide, product, again, the words, the conscious. So I know there was a lot today and it was kind of all over the place, but what I'm giving you is read Nehemiah, all of you. And don't forget what you've gone through and ultimately your conscience. And what I mean by that, you become what you think about. For real. And make no mistake, everything responds to it. The lack will find you. The struggle will find you. The doors will be unlocked or the opportunities will be there because you expect it. But for real, don't make the world, our brains, and we're thinking, bro. You don't think it's weird, bro? What the fuck is a Bluetooth? Where is the Bluetooth? I have zero Bluetooth. Can I see the Wi-Fi? Dude, imagine all those signals, an invisible thing. Are you kidding me? So what do you think is in your head? And the thought, like the fact that I just said something in my head, in his words, but you can't hear it. But like it's bro, it's crazy. Your brain and your mind, bro, and you think about it, bro, feeding it, and planting and watering over and over. You're gonna get what you're thinking of. I promise you. You are sending out, bro, I believe in the Father, I believe in God to the core of my bones. And I don't think some of y'all realize, bro, the invisible world and what your thoughts of what you're thinking, bro. Like, what are you, like, come on, get good things. I know the Father is in control. And that's why if you don't think with your mind and bro, just tune in. Put that frequency. You think good. You praise. It's different. But you are going to get what you think about. Make no mistake. It's like sending out a beacon. You don't see it. It's your Bluetooth signal. You know that? So anything that has, it's like walking around with an iPhone. It says, oh, I don't believe in myself. Network open. Oh, I'm very doubtful about minor things. Look at that network's available. You broadcasting it. You realize that, right? I don't think some of y'all feel me. Same thing, bro. You know what I broadcast every day? Opportunity. Some of you are going to get you're going to get baffled. Like, where did the kid come from? Because we're expecting it. You get what I'm saying? Stop broadcasting the dumb shit. Stop welcoming in the struggle, the limitation, and all of it. It's not there. That's what I'm saying. You'll get what you keep thinking about. So above all else, man, walk with God. Focus on the Father. You have the bread on your boat already. Don't forget about the miracle that got you here, dog. All right. And let's go. You know, it's time to build the wall. You all got to secure your ark, build your wall. They're going to tell you can't. And then you're going to do it. Then they're going to start doing it. And then you're going to have to change plans. And you're going to do it with a smile because you already knew it was going to happen. And it's okay if you have to protect as much as you grow because you still are going to build it. So take that one to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. You're on mobile, press hot chat, X out the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the nightly watch list. Did you just send me the little Korean hearts with the finger? Yo, bro. Dude, that's so... Is that what you meant with that? Is that what it is? Because, bro, me and my girl, we do that. And it's the funniest shit ever. Because nobody knows what it means. You know that? Do you guys know the like little, like the snap? No, I think it's a heart, bro. Did you know that? No, it's like, is that what? It's like a heart. See, bro, I'm not going to lie to you. Some of you, I'll put you on game. Because you could literally talk to anybody in public with this. I was trying to even show this to my girlfriend because she didn't believe me. Because we were having a talk with it. And we were like tripping out, and then we were having fun, and random people would just walk by and would be like, hey, do you know what this means? And they'd all go, what? And they would all have a conversation with you about it. Every person. Girl, guy, young, old, that's it. It's a heart. So it's like a Korean thing. Yeah, they put their fingers in that position, and it's like the shape of a heart. If you look at it, it's like Korean heart. So you could say like, I love you with your hand. It's like a heart. Yeah, bro. It's a heart. Yeah, bro, I did. That's why I was like, is that what you're saying to me or what? But yeah, it's a fun fact. People are pumping Oklo. There's a headline about AI coming out, or like AI nuclear deal, 70 billion. But I think it might be the same funding. So they're going to announce funding, but it just might be where some of the money from the bill is going. Oh, so we'll see. Like that. Never had love that I didn't get back. Also tweeted pumping nuclear. Yeah, so there's a couple of things. Even this morning we saw some. So you'll be good to go. Like that. But other than that, Chad, we are back. It's 11:30. A pretty good Monday. I mean, I can't believe we're up. Considering EU actually had some drama, but tomorrow morning we get CPI and a couple of others. Even right now, uranium is all going crazy. So yeah, Secretary of Energy tweet mixed in with all of the this like pretty much hype now for AI. There's like $70 billion they're saying, but I think they're hyping it up. But you're getting some moves off that. How do you make? It's like the emoji up there. So you put your fingers, your index and your thumb, you just like kind of like cross them over, and it looks like a heart. Like you'll see it. It took me a minute. I'm kind of dumb, but I got like I'm dumb with shit like that. And I was like, oh, it's a heart. Oh, and then I'm like, okay, I get it. But watch, do it. So and then I'm gonna get one of you guys a girlfriend. If you don't have a girlfriend and you have trouble talking to people, I need you to learn how to do the Korean heart thing, okay, with your hands. And then the hottest girl you see, you walk up to her and say, hey, do you know what this means? And then you have to explain it to her. And then you say, I love you. And then you ask her to marry her. Okay, maybe that's a little too much, but I at least got you in the door. That's how we do it here on the stream. I will get you the assist. You figure out the rest, okay? But I could definitely get you a good intro. To see you in court? Wait, you're getting sued because of that? You guys are terrible. I don't know. It's worked out really well for me. They just turn into stalkers, but I guess so. It does have a back end negative. Yeah, all the uranium's still going. But yeah, if you have any off topics, now is your moment. I'll just put you on game for a little bit. The kid that saw Jesus, I did see it, bro. I saw people tripping about it too. That was cool. I saw another video like that too. I saw a cop, bro. I saw a cop and he was like, Yeah, and I pulled the guy over, and then the Holy Spirit told me to pull over and let him free. I was like, what? Don't say that. What do you mean? Yeah, I didn't watch like all of it, but it was like a 5-part thing, and this guy was like, he was a cop, and apparently the Holy Spirit told him to release a guy that he arrested and put in the back of his car. But then it ended up having like a good story. Like the guy was like something about his wife and giving birth to their kid, and like, I don't know, it was a trip. And then I heard another story of someone like a near, not like they died, and then they talked about what they saw. Have I read the book of Job? I have. I thought Job may get a job. It's always good to read, man. It's a fascinating one, and yeah, the story, there's a lot of interpretations of it. That's one thing I've noticed over the years. You read Job many times, and it's like, it'll speak to you in different ways, but the amount of like interpretation on the book of Job is phenomenal. It's a lot. It's actually one of the most popular books. It's like well regarded in pop culture and in theology. Yeah, Spy's just melting up. All the nuclear plays are still going crazy. Am I going to get a bull? We're going to see. I want at least 1 or 2 cows to raise immediately. And then but that's the thing. Once we get animals, the problem is taking care of it. So what's going to happen is, so pretty much Wednesday or Thursday, I will take possession of the farm, and it's going to be empty. So they're going to take all the animals with them. No one's going to be on the property. There's one person for assistance, but they're essentially, I'll have them on call. There's nothing to take care of. So then I'm going to go there, set some things up, and then if I put animals on there, then I'll need somebody to live there, because I'm not going to live there. I cannot wake up and take care of an animal. It's literally a couple hours from my house, and the internet's not good enough. I'll stay there for like a week or 2 when I get it, but after that, it's like, so I need to find somebody to either do that, and then depending on who's taking care of it and what we have there, then we'll get into the breeding and all of that stuff too. So yeah, but for now, I have an empty farm being delivered on Wednesday, Thursday. You do it. I want you to work on yourself though first. I need you to pick up your mat and walk. And then at the same time too, like, this is more or less going to be a church. So at the end of the day, I think some of you are going to have to kind of make the like realistic view, like, because it reminds me of my sister, is like, do you really want to be around a bunch of like wacky church people if you don't like it? I love it. So that's why I'm like, hey man, for me, I think it's going to be a paradise, but at the end of the day, for like some of you, if it's not, it's going to be a different, like, you see what we have here and the people who spend time here and kind of what we all connect with. So that is kind of going to be a hard pill to swallow, unfortunately. That's what everyone says. Well, then, but why? What do you expect to happen though? Like, at the same time, I've known you for a long time. I'm not judging you on there. I'm just saying I've known you for a long time. I've heard very similar things, and like I'm saying, you don't like the Jesus stuff. I've given you the answer, and at this point, even with the compound, like, I don't know if you were here in the beginning of the year, so you have even missed a lot of stuff this year where, I've changed in certain ways where I've realized that if I cannot connect with people for a certain amount, like, I have given up. I've let go. I've stopped trying to chase the area. I'm not meant to have an influence with certain people. I think some people, I have a good influence with them, and I can really help them. It reminds me of an incubator. And I've worked with incubators. I've done private equity in the past, and I love it. And it's a great, great thing. But it's usually with people like that have progressed towards a certain area, and like, it's not like I'm not a good guy to start over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the guy you start from scratch with. I'm not the guy you come to and have it in a certain way, but it's like you come to me with with a little bit of a foundation, I could build off of that with you and I could show you. But I need you to get off the ground on your own, because I'm not as useful. That's what I've realized. And it was a hard pill to swallow for others as well as myself, because I realized where I'm effective and where I'm not. Because like I'm saying, bro, I've changed people's lives in a good way, and it is exponential. Intel popping, like exponential, like it's crazy. Like, and that's why, you know, some people, and praise God, it's to God be the glory. And that's why I don't even take any real credit for it. But I've noticed that, like, you know, the same way I credit people in my life where I'm like, holy shit, if I didn't meet this person, and that person didn't show me this and tell me that, I would not be where I am today. It's kind of crazy to think about. Like 5-10 conversations and people, my whole life would be different. And that's I think I've had that effect with some people. And others, like I've said, I mean, and I don't think you're one of them, but I think on a more extreme scale, I've seen some people, like several, even hundreds, maybe even thousands, who I've known the name, I know them. They've even like either been really involved or really hateful. And I'm like, dude, you've known me for like 6-7 years now at this point, and their impact has been none, if not negative. I know, and that's why I'm like, you know, if I can't connect and help in that sense, it is a completely different thing. You either meet me and you fail miserably because we don't connect and nothing changes, or it truly is a life changer. So I don't think it's random, and I don't think it's supposed to be random. And that's what my job is to figure it out and get better at it. And I think I have. And I look forward to doing that. But when it's all said and done, I think people need to get the wings flying a little bit and then come to me. But if I could give you stuff off the start, but if that's not landing, you got to find your own path until it's there, and then we could build off of it. And that's kind of how I look at it. Josh changed my life. I put a deposit on it. Amen, bro. I'm very proud of you, bro. You know, and that's been a long time coming too. So good work, bro. Finally, we got it, bro. Making moves, and congrats. That's it, man. I'm gonna do what everyone's probably already doing to you, Michael. When do you give us a grandkids, Habibi? When now you buy a home, you have a lovely wife, you make a baby, get a kid. When you have 10 kids, huh? Yalla. Oh, congrats, baby. And a new home too, man. You're gonna love it. You're going to love it. We're gonna need you soon, bro. So I don't close on the property too quick, because we're gonna need you to cook us a home warming meal for the farm first, and then we'll cook you one. Then we'll make you one. I can make macaroni and cheese. Oh, dude, that reminded me. Are you ready? I got another mind-blowing one for you. And this is Michael. You just inspired this, because Michael's a chef. He's like top chef. They don't know. So like, here's the deal. Macaroni and cheese, right? You guys know macaroni and cheese. And then Meta new chief AI officer considering scrapping most powerful open source AI model behemoth. Or? So macaroni and cheese, okay? Tell me, when people say Mac, right? You've heard people call macaroni and cheese Mac. I'll take the Mac, right? Hear me out. Is Mac just short for macaroni and cheese, or is Mac an acronym that stands for macaroni and cheese, M-A-C? Come on, bro. Do you get it? So is it short for is Mac short for macaroni and cheese, or is it like an acronym, macaroni and cheese? Dog, what? Come on. What, did I waste another 10 seconds? Come on, bro. They playing me. No, I think OpenAI is, but I think that's bad news for OpenAI. I think they're ahead. Llama is better. Remember I was telling you Llama 3? I was telling you a while ago. You didn't know that, Michael? You're the chef! You inspired this! So I heard that I was like, I don't know. Is it an acronym or is it just short? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Oh, now I'm high. Okay, first if it's 7 in the morning, I'm wasting your time. Now I'm fucking high. Oh, because I got y'all thinking, yeah. They don't feel me, bro. Stop it. Look at that. At least he's like, Josh, your wisdom has grown exponentially. That's what I'm talking about. See, he's like, this guy, he's like, oh my gosh, Josh has reached AGI and beyond. This guy gets it. I'm thinking, bro, y'all don't feel me. Oh, let's go. Wait till we get the land, bro. Let's see what we watch. I'm gonna invent some shit, dog. He's like, I think it's an acronym. I don't know, dude. Mac or macaroni and cheese. Oh, dude. See, they don't feel me. They don't feel me. It's a trip, bro. I have a lot of trippy things. I've had 2 Alanis, not Red Bulls today. I ran out of Red Bull. So yeah, these are like 200 milligrams a pop. And I could shotgun them. I love caffeine. You guys remember I did no caffeine for like 8 months, a year, and nothing changed. It's like I was still the same. And then when I drink caffeine, I would get fucking geeked. And then here we are. It's actually terrible. So that's it. I like caffeine, no caffeine, but I like it. That's my drug of choice. I'm a real big fan. Cheers. I haven't had nerds in a minute. After that one time where you guys thought they got me sick, that was the top. That was definite. I don't blame the nerds. I did eat some a little bit afterwards, but after that, it just turned into. It was like Solana after Trump coin, or Melania. It just fell off after there. So yeah, I haven't gotten any nerds. I like energy. Energy's good, bro. That's why. Some people get very disturbed by it. I'm like, you little demons. Just too much energy, too much excitement, positivity. They'll just melt. I'm like, okay, I'll give you a hug, let you turn to salt. Caffeinated fruit smoothies, yeah, bro. Jamba Juice. You get the caffeine boost. A lot of it's like green tea, though. It's like a green tea extract or like a powder. Your buddy wants to take a 2,000 margin for XRP. You called him a crackhead. Any advice for him? Well, there's a clip that goes around. It's Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell. And it's him saying, pray that they just get delivered into the hands of Satan then. So, sometimes, and what he means by that, sometimes you got to let people suffer the consequences so that they could turn back earlier than not. So hopefully he's still young and could recover, but if he won't listen to wisdom, then just tell him to do it. That's the only other options in life. So, yeah. Egyptian is shay, habibi, shay. I used to love it. That heavy, tea, bro, the heavy Egyptian tea. I loved it. As a kid, I don't know why. I don't really like it as much as an adult. But as a kid, I would down that, heavy, thick Turkish tea. You fart a lot? No. I burp a lot sometimes, but no. I'm just more worried about, because some people have terrible experiences with energy drinks, and quite frankly, they have had zero impact on me. But then again, maybe I'll just disintegrate one day. So I don't know. That's what I'm slightly worried about. But then I'll see Jesus soon, which will be dope. So either way. Iced tea. Some iced tea does. It's just small caffeine. It's like 10 milligrams. Baby caffeine. Turkish tea, yeah, it's what it is. Shay. But it's very, it's a very acquired taste. It's heavy. I haven't tried NeuroGum. I've heard of it. I've seen it. Seen the ads. Never got my hands on it. You know what I want to try? But I want to... What's that shit? Remember I told you guys right before COVID? The shit they do in China. The beans. The baka beans. Or what's it called? What's it called? I don't know what it is. But someone knows what it is. Baka beans? Baccarat? No, that's the gambling. What is it? Somebody. Where my Chinese homies at? What's it called? The baka beans, the ones the taxi drivers chew. Oh, what is it? It starts with a B. Not boba. Not matcha. Jeez, you guys. Oh my gosh, you Americans. Did you say boba and then matcha? Right? I think it's betel nut. Betel. The betel. That's what it is. Is it betel beans? Yeah, betel nut chewing. I've never tried this in my life. Apparently, it's like a euphoric, psychoactive thing. You guys, yeah, I gave you a whole report on this in 2019. I explained it to you in China, and it like rots your teeth, but they love it in Southeast Asia. It's not just China, even like Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia. It's legal there. It's illegal, I think, in the United States. It's not honey. It's like a nut, and then it gives you like a It's like a caffeine cocaine effect mixed in one. I've never tried it, but some people, again, I know about it from Asia. Betel. It's like a narcotic, sadly. Yeah, it rots your teeth. Not good. And people develop nasty habits towards it. But yeah, it's a huge thing in Asia, culturally. Market is, even myself, man, I think it's way more resilient. You did about 0.7 from red to green today. You were down 0.5, now you're up 0.2. But I can't believe it. Euro and Mexico beef, and you're still closing higher than the day before. So, yeah. I don't know what cat is. You guys are crazy. The betel nut, though, I've always been fascinated by that. Asia's deadly. I've known about it forever, but I knew about it after I got back from Asia. I never really even saw it when I was there. I think I saw it, I just didn't know what it was. Bullish, look at that, dude. Again, a lot of comparisons to 2020. I mean, I might as well show you. I brought this up on the watch list last week. This is 2020. And then shout out to Bloomberg having these charts everywhere and banning me, so I could still get them. But anyways, whole point is that 2020, this was your rally. So a lot of metrics, the V shape, how we moved was comparable to 2020, and now you're right here. So this was a week or two ago. So yeah, you'd probably be a little bit higher. But it's kind of following along, and there's a lot more room to go by day 365. So remember that. Remember Egyptian boy, he has risen rally. A lot will change. Yeah. But yeah, if you have any more off topics, we have 13 minutes till power hour, and then we'll get back to it. But I mean, we haven't stopped paying attention. There just hasn't really been too much. You got a postcard pending class action against TD? Oh, no way. For what? You think we could go to 700 on the SPY? I mean, I think anything is possible, sadly. I think anything in terms of any high or low, it just depends. There is still a huge question in play. Again, I think the money supply is ridiculous. That's the crazy part. Which is, again, it took off volatility, and a lot of people realize it. Big money knows it, so you should too. We had this discussion last week, and I think it's going to be a very pervasive effect that starts today and will go throughout the next 4 years, if not longer. But at the end of the day, it is still I don't know. Anything can happen. It just all depends on how the consumer and the economy and whether or not we get revenue, how it shows up, if it shows up. Like I said, it's either AI and these bets pay off very well, and we actually get real growth, and it's crazy. There really could be a golden age. Imagine good performance, good economy, technological development mixed in with a lot of government demand, and then that demand turning into profitability, less taxes. There's a good setup for it. But then at the same time, if that fails, and then you just threw out all of this shit, and then the consumer recession and other things start to knock on the door, and we actually go down, and they try to stimulate again, cut rates, and you already didn't get an impact from that, I think you're gonna have a really deflationary environment. So yeah, we'll see. Will you get copyright claims on the music? I think it'll like restrict, it'll do like a revenue share thing, and then you either have to silence it if you want to collect off of it or not. So there's a couple songs, but even then, unless I give approval, but I've never given it, like you're allowed to use it, but then like the copyright thing just like automatically detects it. So I don't have anything I could sign for it. I can, but I've just never done that. But you're allowed to use it. It just messes with the thing on the back end, but it technically like allows you to still get revenue. When's the best to roll your old 401k into your long term? What do you mean? So your old 401k should be attached to something like a holding. So, and then once you leave your job, it either you get the cash, it sits in cash, or it should still just stay in like a SPX or something, or like a Vanguard. So I'm not really following. Well, remember, July is a good year, you guys. And then that's what's crazy, though. We're almost at, dude, it's almost like August, September. Like, think about that. That means it's almost been a year since the last rate cut. Stream clapped. I'm clapped, then they can't hit me. Interesting. We back? I'm here. Boom. Ethereum dumping. I mean, Bitcoin already sold off. Oh, yeah. It's kicking you guys out left and right. You'll be fine. Well, let me put on some propaganda and go to the bathroom. So then that way you'll know if it's back or not. But you guys have, yeah.
Speeding up response time.
BRB.
Here in the city?
Absolutely. 311 is a test case for us that we used during that 6-month pilot. It's going to allow us to use LLMs and produce faster response times to clean up trash on the street, to deal with encampments. So that was a huge one. Another one, language translation. We have over 42 languages spoken here in San Francisco. We don't always have enough translators to do all that.
Mayor Lurie also said this won't replace workers. Instead, he says it's streamlining their day-to-day and taking away mundane tasks.
But when you have OpenAI, when you have Anthropic, when you have Salesforce, we're actually generating jobs here in San Francisco because of this technology. And so I want us leaning in as a city, delivering for the people of San Francisco. That's what Copilot Chat will allow us to do.
Mayor Lurie also said he plans to lean on this technology to better integrate departments. For example, he said homelessness response has 9 different departments, and so Copilot will help bring the data from those 9 different departments all together into one place. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Kate, you know, Mayor Lurie reeled off a small list of other AI-related companies there. How exactly did San Francisco select Microsoft's Copilot product to use as its citywide kind of project?
So the city had an existing contract with Microsoft, and the addition of Copilot came with no additional cost, the city says here. I did ask Mayor Lurie to, of course, OpenAI Sam Altman was on his transition team. I said, did you consult with him on this? He said, not on this, but he's been a great partner in consulting in different business matters within the city, as Mayor Lurie stepped, of course, from the private sector into this role in City Hall as a government outsider, quite frankly, and now he's in the role for 6 months and was also, guys, really touting some of the progress he feels he's made on downtown. There's been obviously large businesses that have left Union Square. He's talking about some of them that are now coming back, Nintendo being one of them. Pop Mart selling Labubus, he mentioned, is something that people are very excited about. So yeah, he's definitely feeling the momentum and feels proud of the work he's done so far, but definitely acknowledged a lot more to come.
All right, and Kate, in a separate but somewhat related topic here, robo-taxis and autonomous driving. San Francisco's been one of those municipalities closely associated with that technology. How does that future look for San Francisco as well?
Yeah, so I asked Mayor Lurie about that too, because Elon Musk, of course, has said that robotaxi, pending regulatory approval, will be coming to San Francisco in the future. The mayor said that that is being regulated at a state level, but he did talk about the nice tourism boost that things like Waymo have brought to the city, and he's been a big proponent of that. He also said he's in talks with Dara from Uber about their autonomous driving vehicles. And, you know, if you come to San Francisco, every tourist you see, guys, is either riding in a Waymo, taking pictures of you in a Waymo. It certainly has become a big tourist attraction
really
here.
is.
So you can see the government pending, of course, all of these safety regulations.
Everybody.
Welcoming
they were
this
filming
with open
me.
arms.
I'm a Bay Area native myself, ladies. I just want to say this, and I'm still not yet ready to get into a robo-taxi just yet. Anyway.
You got to try it, Dom.
All right. I will at your request. Thank you very much, Kate Rogers, for that. Still to come here on the
got a
show.
hot girl trying to
It's
get
not
him
a
in
bird.
one. You see that?
It's not a plane.
I told y'all.
It's the latest Superman
girls are
movie
the answer to
soaring towards the
technology.
top of the domestic box
I blame
office.
my
We're going to
girlfriend.
dive into
She's the only
Hollywood's
reason I'm gonna ever
latest
use
hit.
anything new.
That story is next.
I need to stop it too, to be honest. Fuck that. I'm trying to be a boomer and shit, you know what I'm saying? But no, you're like, I want to drive the robo-cab. Why? Oh, we got a steering wheel at home. We don't need a. Here in LA, it's another regular vehicle. You mean target practice? That's LA. They got. Bro, I just remember they literally fled the Waymos out of LA. I'll never forget that picture. Just a line of Waymos exiling themselves. The threat was real. That one's gonna come back to haunt us too. You know that when the fucking robots revolt and start attacking us, they gonna remember that. They'll be like, the Waymo revolution of 2025, the great LA massacre. We didn't forget. Oh, dude, you better watch out. That's it. I'm not looking forward to it. I love you, Wayne. We have a nickname. My girlfriend calls it Wayme. So I'm like, we nicknamed you Wayme. Don't hurt me. I made a video. I loved you. I called you a demon. I didn't mean it. I said I was in it. It felt like a demon car. It was fucking changing lanes and shit, not looking, but it was looking. I miss it though. I like the Waymo. I'm sorry, Elon. I'm sorry. I meant I didn't like the Waymo. I hated it. I hated the Waymo. Elon. I'm sorry. Someone did an AI short film on 2027 AI. Send it to me. I like though. Remember I showed you another one? There's some other ones in the past about like the first company ran by an AI. And then there was that one, they were like, Donald Trump wins the election and the world ends. That's the second time someone said the 2027 thing. I want to see it. The Labubu. Dude, I thought the Labubu dolls were already everywhere. But we were talking about them a week or two ago. But apparently that's just like an online thing. But yeah, the Labubus are still in the arc of blowing up right now. It's a very weird thing. It's like the modern day Furby doll. Just creepier. Dude, I've even seen, I didn't even know this. Bro, grown men be wearing Labubus. They wear them. They like attach them to their belt buckle. And I'm like, you. Yeah, bro. Oh, the 401k, it's your old jobs. You work for 6 years, but it's stopped. I have a current job. How long has it been sitting there? Well, either way, it should be invested in something from when you left or not, but just cash, I'm assuming. So whether you transferred or not, I would make sure there's no tax implications, or if you're with another job, you should be able to just apply it to your current 401k, I think. So, but yeah, get that invested as soon as possible. But again, I would look into the tax implications, and so it's a little weird. It's a little different. Most people, they either move the money to the next employer or they would have pulled it out right away. So if there's like a 6-year gap, I'm just, I'm assuming it's either invested or it's just sitting in cash, but you could do some things. You got your daughter one for the 4th. All right, just dash it in holy water. I think, did Simpsons make a what's it called? They made an episode, or is that AI? But dude, as long as you don't start wearing it, Dr. James Cash, I'm cool. But Dr. James Cash, don't you dare wear that around your belt buckle, okay? If you walk into your office, I would tell your clients, go find a new doctor. That's not. What do you mean your doctor walked in with a Labubu around as an accessory? That's not. Okay? And any of you guys, if your financial advisor is wearing a Labubu, you deserve whatever happens. Okay? I'm just telling you right now. All right? And you're like, yeah, oh, should I invest in this guy? I'll be like, this is the only time I'm going to ask you, what is he wearing? Tell me his outfit. Okay? If a Labubu doll is on anybody's outfit, I'm going to just tell you right now, if you avoid that red flag, that's your fault. Okay? That's all I'm telling you. That's it. You deserve what happens next. That's it. If you're like, this guy got a Labubu. What? What do you mean? He's wearing a Labubu. It's my pastor got a Labubu. What the fuck? What do you mean your pastor got a Labubu? That's not on. He's wearing it? Now you. Oh, Nibis. Like those Louis Vuitton like coin pouches. I remember when I was in high school, that was like the trend. People would wear like LV coin pouches like around their belt loop, right? That's what they're doing with Labubus. And I'm like, this is insane. You've never seen a Labubu? It looked like a little demon. You ain't never seen like a little Furby demon? It looked like a little golem. I'd say it looks, Gothic and Gremlins are somewhat, they have an orthodox background, but that's another topic. But let me get this ugly ass Labubu doll. Let's see this guy. Yeah, it looked like a demon. I told you. First result. Yeah, bro. Look at this ugly. Look at that. See? You just look like a demon. That's all. Just looking hella like happy, angry. All like smirking and laughing at you. Ugh. Yeah, Labubu. See? Just look at him. Ugh. He's ready to eat you. Labubu. Labubu. They just like smile at you with their little sharp teeth. That's why it looks so cute. That a fish is little demon. Spa boo boo. Nasdaq boo boo. La Nasdaq. La SMPP. Nope, that's not weird. Labubu. But yeah, it's still blowing up. We've heard it a lot lately. Pop Mart, I don't know if it was what was before the Labubu. Because that store in San Diego, there's one of those Pop Mart shops, bro. Every time I walk by it, there is a line out the door. Does not matter what time of day it is. It's crazy. But yeah, was it like what the Funko Pops? Like people were going crazy over them. But every time, UTC, there's a Pop Mart or a Funko shop and it's packed. Every time. I think Funko is still public. They're not doing too hot. Yeah, I think they got clapped. It's kind of odd. I mean, the resellers are the ones making the money. So, like, you could buy, like, 10 shares for one Labubu. There's a video of Labubu being demonic. Well, we had this talk last week, because I remember when at church, they used to tell me Pokemon was demonic, too. So, you know, that's everything. I mean, you know, Jay-Z's demonic, but they were right. You know, I'm not going. My mom was telling me, she said everybody in Hollywood. This was like 20 years ago, bro. My mom, I was like, you know what? She's kind of right now that I look back at it. You know, they were actually correct, I guess. Okay, maybe some stuff they were being a little dramatic, but they were, in fact, all PDFs. Look at that. So I'm like, okay, all right, fair enough. There is some exceptions, and Pokemon may have been one, but yeah. Funko CEO was, there has to be I remember that in their earnings. I remember they had a really bad earnings, but that's cheap for what it is. All things considered. Is it American? Does Class had? You're gonna order Waymo rides just to leave Labubu dolls in? That's terrifying, bro. You should leave. If you could record that, that would be hilarious. And then I think Google will sue you. But that's hilarious. I don't see anything on Funko. We gotta look into it, though. Yeah, July 7th, departure of Cynthia Williams. Let me see their last earnings, if possible. Pop, 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 pop. Upgraded to neutral from sell. Well, they're at a negative. They'll make 100. How do they only make 190 million a quarter? By the looks of this store, I think they would be making billions. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but they lose money. They withdrew 2025 outlook, announced on March 6th due to uncertainty and ongoing tariff policies. Demand died. Is it? I still think it's like huge, bro. Hit a big ass milestone. Hey, baby, at 120, baby. Oh, man, you dead ass change lives if you stick to the plan here, boys. Amen, bro. God bless you, bro. Look, Zero, man, this whole year, last year, every year. And always a joy and honestly very refreshing, bro. You know, we've have a lot of people, and for someone you've done good, bro, and you've gotten involved in good plays, you've given good info to the chat, and you've done so in a responsible manner. You've separated things, you've been mature, you've handled a lot of the long-term and the quick short-term. You've handled it well, man, so I love to hear that, and I'm very, very proud. So More cribs, more businesses, everything, babe. You already know the vibes. I know he healthy, too. He living life, baby. So, amen. That's it, man. Well, we'll see you at the farm. See you at the farm, brother. That's it. I mean, you got bring your own Bitcoin miner. We don't have that set up though. I don't know if we're not gonna make it. I don't know if we're making a mining facility. You only have a couple years anyways, and then no more left. None. Thank you, my friend. Let's go long term. And then where is it? Windmill. If the windmills aren't too expensive, but yeah, if you throw a windmill up there, you get a tax break. And then, Chad, it's power hour, 12:10. Only got 15 minutes. Can I get a farm in Chicago? Yeah, what do you want me to do? You want me to grow Kevlar? What do you want me to do? Make an ammunition farm? What am I going to do bro, I've never been to Chicago, okay? You know what? I'm gonna get a tan in California. I got a view of the water. I'm gonna fucking get me a coward. I'm chilling out here, bro. Chilling. Nibbis, bro. Hi. Lead farmer. No, man, I'm not going anywhere. So you guys gotta come to me now. It's a good place though. We were just talking location, so we got a good location. I think I picked a good one. I think you'll enjoy it. Like I said, you're near major airports, and it's nice. There's a lot of stuff around there. So it takes like 20 to 30 minutes to get into town, just because you have to like maneuver through the rural areas, but it's like near major cities. That's why I'm a big fan of the compound. It's far from San Diego though. That's what sucks. So it does take and from LA and from anywhere, but once it's still like 2 hours from the major airports, 2.5 hours. Oh, it's your birthday! Oh no, but in your grandma pad, bro. This is a lot, bro. This is a day, man. Bro. We had another passing today in the chat, bro. So I'm very sorry to hear. Happy birthday, bro. I want to hit the horn, but now you got me sad too, bro. So definitely prayers up, bro. And like for real, I don't know, man. This was you're the second Chad to tell me that today. Yeah, you're the second person today who's lost somebody today or over the weekend. So prayers up, man. And y'all, I definitely agree with the sentiment, bro. You know, you never know. Life is very, very short. I think today's a real reminder of that, man. I'm very, very sorry to hear. Happy birthday, though, bro. Yeah, that's actually tripping me out, to be honest. I think even last week, too, man, we had a couple of passings. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. It's a very real reminder. Misunderstand and congratulate on the farm. Well, the farm isn't for me. It's not like we're gonna do some stuff with it, but at the end of the day, the only reason I'm buying it, because I do believe there's value and I could make money on it, and this is what I do. But I wanted to show people that the long term, man, when you guys need to be thinking about a house, and I could do it with the other one too, but we're gonna let that one grow. If I ever find a house that works, I'll do it. But I want to show you guys how you cannot be scared to use your long term for a house, and that when it starts reaching, a certain amount of money, you got to go and turn it to a house. And I want you guys to see what it's going to look like. We already went over the tax stuff and realizing it. Again, you guys are seeing how I'm getting ahead of the cash. We're going to wire it out tomorrow, and when it's all said and done, it is the real. I bought in a lot of houses since I've been live on YouTube, and when I've talked to you guys about it. But this one I'm showing, and this house, the only accomplishment is that the long term got it. That's the accomplishment. That's the crazy part. The long term is what bought this house. Every single savings, every single time, that's what it is. And I want you all to do the same. That's why I want you to see it. And a lot of people in the beginning of the year were being very hesitant. And like I said, this account was very big. I was saving an amount that wasn't too realistic for everybody compared to the other one. But I want you guys to see a couple years of eating shit, saving, we could legitimately turn it to a house. And we've done it hundreds of times already, for thousands of times for Chads. It's actually a crazy number to think about, but the opportunity is there, and that's what it is. So I'm glad we get a farm, and I'm glad we're gonna be able to like do shit with it. And I do think it is somewhat of an accomplishment, but just a house, and it's there. It's work. It's what we're planning to do and making money off of it, but it's the long term. And the whole thing I want you guys to see, you start getting, once you get, even on the small one, once you get past, like, the irony is so many people want $25,000 to day trade. In my mind, once you get $25,000, $30,000, I think even a little less, you should be thinking of a house. Because that's a down payment. Like I've said, I've gotten houses even cheaper. This house is just really expensive, the one I'm doing. That's why I decided to actually use that's why it made sense in my mind. I'm like, it's a big house, it's expensive. I do think I can make money. This long term is already big and kind of unrealistic for most people. This one's anybody could do this one, and this one killed it. And that's why I was like, we'll turn it into there. And I want you guys to see the process of turning a home. So the accomplishment is house to long term, and the example. And I want you all to do that. And like I'm telling you, 3 to 5 years, if you could save $200 to $300 a month, I legit think we could get you a house. That's what I'm talking about here. And why? Because I've literally had hundreds and thousands of people do it. Different stages, different levels, different amounts, but it's literally, like, that's literally what we're talking about here. So you're going to see it, and you guys are going to watch, paper money turn into a real thing. And that's the whole point. And I really hope all of you get the small account at minimum, any amount consecutively over these years, and then let the market just give you free money. You are able to use the knowledge of the real estate here and the loans and use it to your advantage. You can get your hands on good property for cheap, and I don't think anything will stop you. So that's what I want. That's the whole point. That's why I'm doing it. And again, I wasn't going to sell this. At the beginning of the year, everybody kept making jokes, acting like they didn't know what to do, then complicating the sale for a house. So I said, I'll show you. And here we are. Ta-da! In the Bay, $200K isn't even a down payment. Oh, hush. I am buying fucking 30 acres in Southern California, and I'm using that long term. I don't want to hear it. You guys, if you shop a certain way and insist on only one option, you're correct. But if you, like any amount, it just all depends what you want to shop for. You could get anything. That's it. You're not going to be, obviously you're not going to get certain things. You're going to have limits, but you have $200,000. You could get a house almost anywhere with like 20, 30K. If you could finagle the damn fucking how it pays for itself. But down payment turned to a house, like I'm saying, 20, 30K, you should start thinking about it. Obviously, you're not going to get your dream home on the beach at low down and everything's going to work and you're a drug dealer with no income. Like, you know what I'm saying? But 200K is a lot. You could pretty much get a lot. There's a lot of options that you could finagle with $200,000. Yeah, $200,000 is the average price of most homes. Or I guess it used to be. Now it's at like 400, but that's like 50%. Some places, that's like paying down a whole house. That's the crazy part, is that if I took this down payment to Montana, I could buy a compound free and clear. But then I don't think the compound would like gain value. Like, that's the crazy part. I'm buying this one at a discount, and I think we're going to make money on it. And the longer we hold it, I think it has a lot of upside. CPI, I think everybody is worried it'll go up, but all trends have been lower. I think if it does come in hot, I think it'll be a little scary, but not hot enough to derail any major narratives, to be honest. Tell yourself you can, and that's all you'll ever say. I know the feet. Gotta go back and hear the Philo. Amen. Proud to be a home buyer, 26 off my investment account from the first job at 18. That's what I'm fucking good for you, bro. Let's go. Let's get go the long term and another one. That's what I like to hear. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Just for all of you listening, whether you've been discouraged or not, I'm telling you, man, any amount of money, you save up 10%. It may take a couple of years, but you keep it in a separate account. We attach it to, I'll give you some good plays on the long term, and we attach it to good things, bro. It's going to get you a down payment. You'll be able to pull it off. I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of different people from all walks of life and all income levels pull it off. It just takes the, you know, kind of the courage to start it and actually be like, all right, can this little shit do something? And it can. And you stick with it, you'll see. Woo, hey, what's up, man? Y'all just showing me all this love. Oh, amen, bro. Shout out Alejandro again, bro. Happy birthday. I'm going to hit a horn for all these donos in your birthday, and then even then, we still got prayers up for you, big dog. And CM as well. Horn up. My man. Let's go, baby. Let's go. More long terms and more real estate. That's it. That's all we're going to do. Yeah, and the vets do. If you serve this country, it's even easier to get your hands on a house. You'll have the VA. It may not be, you know, there's some restrictions with VA, but definitely a little bit more accessible, or a lot more, and easier. More life. Alrighty, Chad. You only have 40 minutes left, but today kind of flew by. Dude, it seemed slow at first, and then that's it. It's not that sunny outside. That candle real? I think so. It's kind of a wick. Yeah. Again, we're doing pretty good. Spies up. I barely, though. It's only 0.1%. But you moved the 0.7. I mean, equal weight even went green. They're about to go negative, but still pretty shocked, all things considered. Again, EU wasn't really, that's not good news. Thank you, my friend. Get a house. Get a house. In long term. We're a little higher, though. In the earlier first hour, we spent a couple hours to go nowhere. If we do come back to open, I will laugh. Because that was pretty funny. If you really think about it. Because that's what, when you do 7 hours to go nowhere, it makes me laugh. So I'm like, oh, you knuckleheads. And then me and Tim Walls go hang out. Are you guys ready? So that's going to be our first guest speaker. So we're going to have an event at the compound. And then I reached out to Tim Walls. Because I was like, you know, we need to get a real strong man to speak. You know, I want to give you guys a good role model. So are you going to be there? Tickets will be $1,000 a pop. But you get to hear Tim Walls. So, at the long-term ranch. No? Should I change that? Should I cancel it? Well, yeah, you let me know. He's our keynote speaker. Yeah, he's going to share with you his ultimate shorting strategy. He could give you a few tips. Mm-hmm. How about Camilla? Camilla's too expensive. I can't afford that. But or worst case, I'll just put her in last second without consulting anybody or asking any of you if you want it. And then you will all just agree. Then I'll ban you if you ask questions. Sound familiar? What? How dare you? UMAC. That's 200 highs and it's still red. I noticed that one. All right, Chad. Well, 30 minutes left. 35. I kind of need to go pee in a little bit. But other than that, man, we're chilling. God is good. Praise the Lord. You could still ask off topics, but we're just going to be chilling here. I've only made... These plays didn't work as well today. We'll see if we get lucky on them by the end of the week. But last week, we only had to do a little bit. So, yeah, we don't have to force it. Oh, I had those other ones. I forgot about that. Ooh. I think presidents do get lifetime Secret Service, yes. I think Hunter still gets Secret Service. I think they had to remove it from Hunter. Hams on the high. Was Incy the one today? And then it's not 3. Wasn't Ronnie? Yeah, 3 o'clock did come out. So I think they had their event. Secret Service reconnaissance, USSR. My country forever protect you, eh? USSR, great acronym. Mac and cheese. Is it a mac or macaroni and cheese? Nico, tell me. Maybe. Spy, make a move. You have a 34 minute remain. Okay, I go to get to the bathroom, and then I get water. Thank you. How you do propaganda? Nico, brother, turn it.
On average,
thank you.
27% premium to its 10-year average. And with tariff, inflation, lower income consumer health questions, and rate uncertainty, there are still some pretty prevalent macro risks circling. On the flip side, we've seen a dramatic shift on the regulatory front, with reforms expected to loosen capital requirements. Banks are expected to deploy what's now excess capital in the form of buybacks or M&A or additional loan growth if the demand for loans are there. Additionally, global M&A volume is higher by 25% in the first half of the year, driven by larger deals. IPO volume up 14%. Equity trading is also expected to have another banner quarter, and analysts are expecting net interest income to help bolster the bottom line this quarter thanks to loan growth that we've seen in some of the Fed data. Now, the key question is how much of these tailwinds are already priced in, Cord, or are there additional numbers, things that the executives say on the call that could bolster the stocks even higher from here?
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we listen very close to those calls, especially those biggies, the big six. And Leslie posed some good questions for us to be able to talk about further with our guest, Argus Research, Steve Bigger, thanks for joining us. Steve, what are you expecting, I guess, when it comes to the big banks? Who do you think could see the biggest upside from here? If a big question, as Leslie sort of posed to us, the valuations are at least considered stretched by some already.
Yeah, hi, Courtney. As far as the banks reporting tomorrow in particular, I think, looking for some pretty good results. You know, you go back to the April quarter, and things were in a much different position, right? We're in the throes of the tariffs, the Liberation Day conversations had stopped essentially with regard to advisory, IPO activity, and 3 months later, we've had a terrific rebound, and I think the upward re-rating in the stocks has been justified, not only from the improved, macro environment, or at least from the depths of those days in April, but much more constructive conversations. As Leslie mentioned, the deregulatory environment. We've got a decent loan growth here environment, about 3% for both commercial, industrial, and consumer. A bit muted given where interest rates have stayed elevated, but at the same time, higher for longer has resulted in some upward repricing on securities on the balance sheet for these banks. So deposit pressures, which were a problem when rates were peaking, that has abated, and so with a little bit of net interest margin improvement here, I think they can turn 3% loan growth into 5 or 6%
Can I bid
net
thee
interest
to do
income growth.
push-ups?
And still no concerns on the loan loss provision side either.
I want to come back, but I also want to do a stretch.
Healthy
so I said I'm
throughout.
stretch,
That's an
and yell at
enormous
you and bid thee to
determinant
move
for
your body.
delinquencies, charge-offs,
You only
and
have 30
therefore loan
minutes,
loss provision. So looking good almost across the board.
And you mentioned sort of the impact of tariffs has somewhat been minimal after we had the announcement in April from the White House. We were all a little worried about what was going to play out. Of course, we've seen those deadlines move and many other things become fluid there. But you believe that businesses that are involved with banks looking for loan or capital expenditures have sort of taken their hands off the wheel when it comes to pause, and maybe they're deploying some capital now because at least we know a little bit more, perhaps?
Well, I think the shock factor on tariffs has abated quite a bit. We hear new announcements practically
off the wall.
Weekly, if not
my
daily,
foot posture is getting
and
better,
it's having
so
much
my feet
less
don't
of an
move.
impact. So I think
Like
companies are trying to find a way around tariffs to live in that tariff environment, whether that's on the cost side, the revenue side, moving production, and also there's this theme of tariffs coming on and then being pulled back before they actually go into effect. So I think, yes, the uncertainty remains, and that certainly could be resulting in some more moderate loan growth, some pause on expansion plans and the like. For banks, there's trade finance might be impacted negatively. Certainly has still had an impact on IPO and M&A activity, which I think would be much stronger in the absence of any tariff conversation. But certainly a bright spot there in terms of the potential for rebound in capital markets generally.
We out here, baby.
And there was some news today about a deal in the regional banking space with Huntington Bank buying Veritex. I know you don't trade or have a position at all with your advice when it comes to Huntington or those names. But generally, when you can talk about the divergence between the big banks and the regional banks, what do you expect going forward?
And then retail sales Thursday. But think about data and all that.
First to the merger story, no surprise here, right? I mean, just look back to 2020. We had 5,000 FDIC-insured banks, and now we have 4,500. So we've been losing about 100 banks a year, and a lot of reasons for that. Technology spending, all this AI spending you hear about, legal compliance, fraud detection, prevention. That's a lot of costs that can be taken out. So the large banks have that, and it's much easier to spread those costs over a much larger asset base as they do. So they really are much more efficient than the small banks and even most regional banks. So I think they'll have certainly an easier time getting through the Trump administration in terms of the Justice Department, the Federal Trade Commission, easier activity through there. So I think we'll see more M&A in that space in the next few years.
Steve Bigger, thank you very much for joining us ahead of the bank earnings season kicking off.
So thank you. So like I said, it's going to be an interesting one. There's a lot of screenshots on the watch list from last night, so you could get all of that. But long story short, this is giving you the breakdown. It's going to start with financials this week. So 43% of the banks report this week, 25% next week. Next week is going to be communications. So Amazon and even Meta, even Netflix, I think, is communications, and then materials, and then industrials are next week alongside of energy, and then consumer discretionary, July 28th, August. That's like your Big Mac 7. So not too bad. But then, like I said, there's going to be, it's a low bar, and I don't know if the bar is low because it's rightfully so, or if we're going to get some big surprises. But earnings has already been weird this year. I think there's been, sadly, more opportunity outside of earnings. I say sadly because I love earnings, and we've done very, very well on it. But just frankly, we've had way better trades outside of earnings this year. So we'll see what it brings us. But eyes will be on a swivel. Again, crowded trades and uncrowded trades. That's going to give you something to focus on. So we'll see. And then Dollar General on the high. But yeah, you did 30 push-ups, good. I did the walls, and I did resistance bands. And then I do I don't know, it's like, you put your leg, I need to do another set of them. You put your leg and you bend your knee to the wall while keeping your foot the same way. I don't know if that makes any sense. You have to see it. know, it feels good though. My favorite healthy snack? Celery. I like celery. Just raw. No ranch, no nothing, just celery. That or like nuts, like almonds and shit like that. Or prote. Gotta love prote, dude. Prote. It's very good for you. You're out, man. Enjoy it. Have a good day. It's still kind of early. I mean, you got 30 minutes, so don't think there's much. It's just CPI in the morning, and then after that, I think middle of the day, it'll be maybe some EU Mexico. Shinebot did say some stuff today, and then after the bell will be all about earnings. You can pound carrots. I want to eat more carrots. Good for you. A lot of good effects. I don't know why I like celery. I love celery. I don't know what it's called. I just take all of this random collection of workouts and I find the good ones that like I just like or like give me a good stretch. But be careful though. Some of these like Instagram workouts are like trying to tear your rotator cuff. Like some of them, just be very careful because some of them they're like put your elbows on the wall, then lean all the way into it without stretching until you feel your spine crack. After that, you will rip your shoulder apart and then you will feel a pain that should make you not feel the other pain. Wait, what? So yeah, just be careful with some of them, but good mobility ones and like, I don't know, the natural movement ones. Like you'd be surprised, just like running, ball throwing, like the motion with weight. I've been trying to do more of those. Yeah, but I've been doing the basketball, man. I have been balling, you guys, like 2 weeks now, 3 weeks. I've been really about it. It sucks though because I get way more tired. Like when I come home from the gym and then by like the end of the week, bro, if I play basketball every day that I work out, it's great cardio. But I'm like beat, bro. I'm beat. Oh, cucumbers. I like cucumbers. Not bad. Not bad. I need to eat more vegetables and fruits. I'm just down to protein and water. I eat my meal and protein. And then I got rid of the candy, though. Ever since I haven't been eating the nerds. That's been good. Otherwise, I'd eat candy. I love candy. It's great. You heard that guys hate cutting watermelon? What? I've never heard of that. My favorite activity with watermelon is finding a good watermelon. Like, I remember watching my mom at the grocery store. You know how they, like, slap the watermelon? Go boom, 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 boom. So that was I used to do it, and I had no idea what I was looking for until they taught me. And I would just be smacking watermelons. A big pastime of mine. I'm a big fan. But now I know. So do you guys know how to do it? So you know, like, when you smack the watermelon in, like, a melon? I am the melon whisperer, bro. I know how, bro. Do you know what to look for? Do you know what you are looking for? Let's see. Pop quiz. So when they hit the... Is that an earthquake? No, it's my garage. No? What is that? Is that a plane? My house is shaking. But, yeah. You don't slap it, you look at the yellow? No, brother. You slap that shit. The yellow spot? No, bro. Y'all looking for colors? What's the point of smacking it if you looking for a color? What the? You guys are crazy. You like, I'm trying to find the color. How do you determine the color of the melon? You smack it. What? What do you mean? Maybe I missed this step. I thought we were just looking for the hollow sound. Yeah. The more hollow it is, the better. You were looking for the hollow. If it wasn't hollow, no good, Habibi. No good. Hollow, yeah. That's crazy. You guys are using sonar. What the fuck? You guys are like, you determine the color through the sound waves, and then you bop it, and then it'll tell you, and then you smack it, and then you look for the liquidity and see the water levels by volume. If the sound gets stopped before it reaches the other end of the circumference, you will determine the ripeness via sonar. You fucking dolphin. What's wrong with you? Just you smack it. If it's hollow, it's a good lemon. A melon. I don't... I don't know. Fuck that. You feel like a nut when you do it? No, I love it. I'm out there just boom, 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 boom. I play a beat. I look like I turn into like I show them like I'm like, you guys want to hear a song? That's it. It's a real fun time. One of my favorite parts of grocery shopping. I'm gonna go buy a watermelon today. Now that I think about it. I know, right? I feel like I haven't seen people do that in a long time, though. I can't remember the last time I saw somebody smacking a watermelon in public. You know, wait, am I tripping? When was it? Have you seen someone do that at the grocery store? I haven't seen that in a long time. Now that I think about it. You smack every time. Do you guys do it secretly? You guys are keeping it on the low, huh? You guys, that's why. I feel like it's not as, you guys are all embarrassed. I feel like I used to see it all the time. Maybe I was looking for it. Under the table. Yeah, this is, I don't know, man. This is more to this. You knock on it and put it to your ear? I don't know if you're kidding. I don't know if this is a joke or not, brother. But I'm not gonna say anything else because I don't know if you're really knocking it, and some of you got sonar and other things. So I don't even know, man. To each his own. To each his own. You know, I don't know. Like I said, it's been a while. Like I said, I promise I'm not. I don't know. What do you listen for? Oh, man. I think I know, but, you know, I'm kind of curious. I slapped it so hard the person next to me got windburn. I know. I feel like they don't got watermelons in Whole Foods. They only sell pre-cut shit. That's why I don't think I've seen anybody. You gotta go to outside of Whole Foods, bro. I don't think Whole Foods, they selling you expensive pre-cut lemons. Lemon. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather. Slap it like your first BBL. Okay. Well, I think we got all the wholesome comments out of the way. The sex guys are coming in now on the back end of this. So let's move on into real estate. How about that? Congratulations to all the home purchases today. Very, very excited. So I hope we get some more. And that's it. Maybe, you know, we got the farm soon too. Maybe we could have a melon discussion then. That's good. We got, honestly, it came a little later than I thought. I thought we would have derailed this melon smacking conversation. You guys did pretty well until the final end there. So it went a little longer than I would have expected. So you guys did good. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. R.I.P. the old, no, thank God, bro. Thank God. Dude, you know, the sex bots was bad. When they used to spam, they had conspiracies. They thought I was in on it, bro. They were like, Josh is in on it. I'm like, you fucking idiots. You know what? It's not my fault you actually clicked on it, you pervert. That's why. He didn't start accusing me till he lost his money falling for it. He didn't get mad. He's like, wait, that wasn't a real person. I'm like, you idiot. You effing. CAI. What's this? Chorus Life Sciences, 5%. Was not doing anything all day. And then you only have 15 minutes. Cancer pain market size worth 10 billion. What is this? They had a bunch of overweight price targets. What is this? So weird. So everybody this morning initiated overweight at JP Morgan, outperform at Wolf Research, outperform at Evercore, and then a buy at Citi. Huh? So July 8th, they had a note publishing blood-based assay for multi-cancer early detection. Interesting. Looks new. And they had data, but everybody just upgraded it this morning. Saw TMC, and then that one's going up. Symbiotic, and then 15 minutes. Was that the Euro one? Well, yeah, we've been kind of going down the last like 20 minutes or so. Just straight down, my friend. Where is this? Illinois? Hold on, I didn't mean to see this. What the fuck is this, dude? So, let me ask you this. Does anybody know where Spartan, Illinois is? Sparta, Illinois. Spartans! How do you guys feel about Sparta, Illinois? What the fuck? Is this in Missouri? I'm so confused. It says Illinois. Yeah. Hell no, why not? You guys don't want to live in Sparta? Are you guys not down? Well, this is why location matters. No, thank you. Why not? Please? What's wrong? You've been in the middle of Illinois. There's nothing other than corn. Population sub 5,000. So we could become mayors? Well, 6 units. Three different mixes of 1 bedrooms for $145,000. Looks kind of cool. It's on a sidewalk. You could turn that to a house and studio. $145K. Not bad. I mean, it doesn't, I don't know. They actually did not show. So usually if they don't show too many inside pictures. Yeah, what the fuck? Always together. This is such a fucking dysfunctional door. What's going? There's a lot of quotes and a lot, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's good to have that positivity, but I'm sure I don't want to open that door if I saw that many random. It looks so, man. But yeah, 150, 6 units. The rent will probably be like $200 a month, bro, per unit. It probably won't be a lot. Cause 6 units, 140 grand. Your mortgage will be like what? Anywhere from like $800 to $1,500 a month, depending on fees and all of that. So I think all 6 units they'll rent for like $200-300 a pop. I don't know where Spartan, Illinois is, but you know, like I'm saying, there's a lot of places where you can still get cheap houses, but like we've been talking about as of late, too cheap is somewhat a liability. And then again, this is why I was telling you guys location, because you could get just like the compound. Like, you guys got to realize the compound, I could go. Remember I was showing you guys Montana at the end of last year, beginning of this year. Remember, we were looking for a pretty long time. I just kept looking at these big acreage properties. But you guys remember when I was showing you Montana, or I think it was Nebraska. I think Nebraska was the place with the crazy cheap properties. Let me see if I could find it. You guys remember that? And I was showing you like 30 acres for like a fucking $100,000. Like, let me show you. Watch. I bet you we could find 20 acres so cheap. It was Nebraska. Yeah, bro. Like, look at this. Oh, this one's 1.6. Let me see this. Yeah, this one has a house. Look, this one's 400 grand. So I could have bought this with like 100K. Like, extra. Almost paid off. This is what? Look at this. This is crazy, bro. You already got your own pond, 3 houses, bunch of flat land. It actually looks pretty nice, bro. You see what I'm saying? So, like this, how many acres? 40 acres, bro. This was listed 2 days ago. And they already cut it? Huh? Oh, they're crazy. Yeah, this isn't not even worth it, bro. So this is probably worth like 250. We probably could have bought this cash. Oh, wait, now it's at 280, yeah. So it's not even at 420. They lowered it. Yeah, it should be at 280. That price is wrong. Yeah, so 280 for this. So look, perfect example. This is in Missouri somewhere, right? So like so look it, I'm putting the long term. We are turning that into a down payment. So I'm leveraging because I'm gonna still have to pay a monthly payment and all of that. But look, we could take this account. I could literally go with everything here. We could go buy this shit cash if we really wanted to. All cash, no payment, just pay property tax, boom. All the ideas we keep talking about, we could do it. We have our property. I even get 10 more acres. This location, who the fuck wants to go to Castle, Missouri? I don't even know where Castle, Missouri is. I don't even know if they have internet. Man, what do you mean? So, yes, you could buy it a lot cheaper. But here's the problem. The rent will be difficult. And then I think with these random properties, like if it's not in a good location, this is why I stress location, because you could hold this for like a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. This probably isn't going to go up in value. There is real estate that you just get your money back. So if there's not high demand, like I'm saying, the place that we're buying for the compound, I think it is in a growing area. I think we could fuck around and double our money, triple our money, because there's upside. I think if I'm going to put money into, like, because look at the location. This isn't even my opinion. If you just go look at the area, yeah, there's a lot of demand in California. So I'm going for the location. I would rather go for location. So with the same amount of money, you could get the utility, but if the location isn't there, you're going to use the property, but you're not going to be able to make money off of it in the same way. So that's kind of the issue with this, but there's a clear difference. But this is where we were looking at first. That's why the big thing I'm most excited about is location. And all of you, compound your own property, you need to think location. We want the best quality land. That's why I think God is good, bro, and I think the Lord will provide, because we're going to have our little compound, church, call it whatever you want, but it's going to be in a really nice area. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we're doing this in the middle of nowhere. We're talking like big money. That's what I'm saying. The neighbors, they got other nice rich Colts there too, bro. You want to go for a good location. All of us collectively think about the future, guys. All of you owning stocks, all of us owning land. We want to own the best land possible. Do you understand me? Location. We want to own the best land. That is the ideal goal. I want you guys owning the best areas in your town. We want to own the New Yorks, the LAs, the Beverly Hills, the Del Mars, all of that stuff. Like, that is the main goal, because the better, and again, some places will become popular. Imagine 10, 20, 30 years from now, some places will become those nice areas, but we want the boardwalk. That's what I'm telling you. Yes, you want to aim. Don't get obsessed with the cheap ones. And yeah, sometimes you could get way more property and it seems like you get way more, but location, location, location. I'm telling you, on this little compound thing, the one thing that makes me feel the best about the compound we're getting, location. All the other compounds, anywhere I was looking at for like good land, big land, and like we could do a fun project, none of them were in a good location. They were all locations people didn't want to be. People didn't want to be in those areas. People didn't want to spend money to live in the middle of nowhere. It wasn't ideal, but if you find that down, location for all of you, even some of you guys, when you're like, hey, should I get a condo? Should I get a townhouse? All depends on location. So yalla. Dude, it's crazy. You'll see. I can't tell you. I was going to tell you the area once I closed on it, but last week when I asked you guys, you all said don't do it. You said keep it a secret. So once we invite people over, I'll let the early settlers, I'll let them decide how we want to go about. Okay, guys, 5 minutes. Keep the car. Well, I want the area to blow up though, because I think this area is like Dumbo. It's out just outside of the places, but with the way things are going, I think we could fuck around and 10x this bitch if we keep it for 10 years. But we gotta put a lot of money into it. But that's why I like it. There's upside. But I'll let you guys decide. The Chadineers, the early Chad settlers to long-term ranch. Uber, Omer, Circle. So final 5, you guys, and we had a couple of biotechs here at the bell. Even all day, airlines benefiting from the low oil. You did get that oil Russia sanction shit today, and then I think there's one more thing. But yeah, our work is cut out for us, brethren. Ooh. Yeah, multifamilies have been struggling though. Remember when it came to defaults, but did you guys see that? There's a bunch of narratives that might blow up. Literally dude, there was a credit chart. This is gonna blow your guys' mind. Okay? This is gonna blow your mind. Credit defaults are peaking. I don't think some of you will believe this. I barely believe it. Let me see if I could find the chart. Oh yeah, we only have a couple minutes left. So maybe we'll talk after the bell. But do you guys realize that credit delinquencies are going down? So they may have peaked. AKA, it's the highest they've ever hit. And they may not come down. And then here's just a reminder from polls in 2022. Just remember, I'll retweet it for you. Yeah, that one. I like that over the weekend. And yeah, you could have a wedding. Nick B, you're more than welcome. You have to like the place though. Don't if your girl doesn't like it, don't do that to her. But yeah, more than welcome if you guys are both down with it. You guys have to pay for the food and then whatever Chads donate. Well, I'll give you the location for free. I got you, bro. That's it. I just asked that we sponsor it. So after every song that you play at the reception, I'm like, youtube.com/the stock market. Sign up and save today. And then after your guys' vows, I get 2 sponsored posts to put in there, and then we put it in through there, and we're like, marriage browse brought to you by youtube.com/the stock market. Get a long term today. And then that's it. As long as we get our sponsored slots, I'd be more than happy to welcome you. We can work on it. We can negotiate. This wedding brought to you by Cold Cut Meats. Cows on site. What the? So I don't know. We could work on it. Like I said, we could negotiate it. Yeah, I will not. If your girl doesn't like it, I will not allow you guys to do that. That's wrong. 1 minute! Go, 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 go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals, It's time to wrap it up. Bring it home. Finalize those plays. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Shares, options, futures, and even more so, you have data tomorrow morning before the bell. So sometimes there's big reactions. I do think we're pricing in less than 1%, but you got less than 10 seconds to wrap it up. So make up your mind, and then we got more earnings, and you only have 5 seconds. So your time is up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Or not. Oh, Chatadonia. Are you kidding me? Chatadonia, we did it, we made it, baby. 7 hours in the books. You're already at the halfway point of July. I need a good game in the chat. Let's go. Good game in JJ. Don't matter if you made money or lost money. I know you learned something. Everybody that contributed brought something to the table. Plays, those vibes, personalities, info, energy, positivity. You didn't get banned. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. I appreciate it. All the members, bro. For real. Non-members. I don't see you in the chat, but I see you. And one day I'm going to ask you for that long term, so you better have it, sir. Okay? Don't you go. Don't play with me, baby. So God bless you all. And thank you. If you didn't get banned, that means a lot. I'm not an easy person, so I appreciate you. And to many, many more. And let's get going. A long road, bro. And a lot more. The journey is long. There's no timeline. There's no finish line. So GG's and let's get it, baby. God bless. Everyone got like opinions and thoughts, why they don't mean a lot. And my money on stats, I can show you the top. Every bottom my bot, both the key and the lock. Don't believe me, just watch. Use my freedom a lot. I need me to rock. You won't see me a lot. Monday through Friday, you need me, let's talk. Wow. Chatadonia. Oh, I like this one. Big fan of this song. Welcome to the war. Thank you, my friend. You have a good day. You have a blessed
long
day.
term.
But put it in your mind, bro. Okay? I want you to. The doors are unlocked, Chad. You know that? Remember I said at the beginning of the year, I realized they not really. The doors are unlocked.
Long term, short term, welcome to the war. Love with the game. I just want a little more.
Haters ain't new. I just got a little bored.
Stepping in the peace.
Stepping in the peace. I be speaking with this sword.
Trying to own the store.
Trying to own it.
The land. No, you heard it before. It was 2018. Making videos in the car. Now everybody got a long term. Looking for some more. Big bank, I'ma pull up in a Civic. Rollie is a numerals, the Casio and digits. If you never make a move, then you'll never have a critic. Why you think I got these grown men acting like some bitches? $100 move, 10-cent finish. Tell me not to mock it, but you don't know your limit. Both of us could lose, but one of us is winning. All of us alive. So tell me how you living.
I'll see you tonight.
Already know, don't care about your whip. I got a crib in my portfolio. You should
praise God. Say it. Praise God. Put it on your lips, dog. What do you? Praise is the broadcast.
Put it in the videos, put it in the lyrics, bro.
Funny how cynical fuck still didn't hear it though. Forgive me for the language. Forgive me.
Mr. Professional, talk about the revenue. Hard to ride the wave when you riding on my genitals. Talking about my plays, but they hear like an edible. I'm used to little humans telling me what's not attainable. That's some whole shit, trying to tightrope shit. Friend and the enemy, you think we don't know this? Funny how my foes never had the same focus. Forgive them for their sins, I ain't talking about the smoke. I'm back to the mission, lot of holding, lot of sitting. Act like you can't change your mind before you go and make decisions. You don't even need precision, cause you at it while you stack it, while you average your way in it. Who the villain? Money tree, you gonna kill it, cause you keep on fucking with it. Trying to learn the art of chilling. It don't matter your religion, what you have or what you didn't. Cause the future you gon' ask the current you, but why you didn't? Sick with it, boy, I'm talking big business. I don't need no 3 wishes, just a G.O.D. vision. I be C.O.D. with it. Cindy, I keep flipping. No, I'm all about a dollar, but I'm all about a mission. Who we kidding? God is always in it. Ain't no way to spin it. If it's yours, you gonna get it. You can build it in a year, but you can lose it in a second. You can use the toe for life, or you can use it as a weapon.
Already know I don't care about your whip. I got a crib in my portfolio. No banana. It's okay, baby. Bro, Mr. Hanlon, I need to get you this one. I better see you on the farm. I'm gonna see you soon, sir. I gotta get this to handling bananalin. From Mr. Marcus to bananalin. Marcus Hanalin bananalin.
This is where our story ends.
Do you hear this one? Listen to it. I don't think it's because it sounds terrible, but you gotta listen to it. Listen to it.
This is where our story ends.
If the flesh worth the pound, then the yen is for your head. Good until I cancel it, you feel it or it's dead. Think I'm colorblind, my screen is only green and red. Seeing dollar signs, praying I'm not disillusioned. My word has been starting, the world keep turning.
They words sound loony, the truth needs returning.
Ironically, the businessman is found at burning. Me and Frank, I stopped feeling bad when they stopped learning. Too bad, some of y'all should turn the track down. Flip the script, I'm not the ghost, I'm the fucking Pac-Man.
I said, nah, that's it. Dog, are you kidding me? He said, the flesh worth a pound, then the yen is for your head. I'm good until I cancel it. You feel it or it's dead. I think I'm colorblind, my screen is only green and red. I'm seeing dollar signs, praying I'm not disillusioned. My word has been sterling, the world keep turning. They words sound loony, the truth needs returning. Oh, do you get it? Do you get it? Oh my goodness. It's not out yet, but one day in the future. And God bless you, Alejandro. God bless you, baby. Let's go. Happy birthday. And prayers out to all of y'all, man. And I want you to always, and this is it, man. Can I tell you guys something crazy? I'm going to tell you the craziest shit out there right now. For real. And some of you may not like it. Especially, but I'm telling you, I've gone through things in my life. And this is how I did it. And if it sucks when you go through the most terrible things in life. It really does. Like the actual worst things. And some of you have today. You truly have. You have experienced a natural, terrible thing of life. This is why I encourage you to praise God. That's like I'm saying, it's weird. It sounds weird, and people are gonna say, "What do you mean, praise God?" Okay, what do you mean? I'm sad. I know, and I've been there, and that's what I'm telling you. It's one of those things where, in the darkest moments, in your happiest moments, in the neutral moments, this is the opportunity to learn this and really realize, because these are the true things. These are the things that happen in life that, this is real. It's as real as it's ever going to get. And if you could find in your heart and in your soul to praise, it's a good outlook, and it will keep you focused on the right thing and keep you moving forward. So, like I said, I understand, because it's hard. It's hard. At times I've heard this when I've gone through stuff, and I thought people were so insensitive. And I really did. And I said, you have no idea what I'm going through. You don't get it. It's very annoying. It truly is. Because I understand. So forgive me if it's fresh. And but like I'm telling you, it's a real moment. And these are the things in life that, if you can find a way to praise the Lord at the darkest moments, the true darkest moments, I think you will see what people mean by the light. And he's your dad. He is your father. And, like if you wanted a real relationship with somebody, wouldn't you go to them at your darkest moment? Wouldn't it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really want to talk to somebody, like the truest of friends, truest of brothers, the truest of fathers. You see what I'm saying? So it sounds weird, but like for real, like if this is your guy, go to him. And that's why I praise God at everything. And my prayers and hearts are out to you. And I pray that you guys, too. I pray for you too. I'm praying for I pray that the people that were lost today, I pray God reach them before, and I pray God in his time and infinite wisdom, he is not bound by anything. I truly pray that they had the opportunity and that their souls were saved. I believe God could go back, but I pray for you guys, you know what I'm saying? And those of you who lost, I pray for your hearts and your minds and your souls, that you stay on the path, and that this is something that gets you closer to finding what really matters in life. And truly, because you see it, bro. It's not just money. It's not just stuff. People and love and all the stuff that goes into it. So I pray that this is something for you guys, and that it's something that you stay protected. I'm praying for you too, because this is your guys' moments where, dude, people die and you lose stuff. This is where people, beliefs can die with it, and people develop a lot of hard things from death. So I'm praying for you guys, and I pray you keep your head up, and I pray you keep going and do more, and that you are going to be tempted to give into the darkness at times. Now as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, my friends. So have no fear, and I'm praying for all of you. And above all else, like I'm saying, go to the guy, bro, and praise God, and I hope it is. And either way, we got you too, and no matter what, bro, I like fun, and you have fun above all else, and smile, and God bless you all. So, amen? Amen. So on that note, Chad, I love you all. Have a great day, and be blessed, and finish the rest of your day, and I don't know, cherish it, bro. I think you're getting reminded every day. It's short. Life is short, bro. So enjoy it, and thank you all for your time, and believe, okay? You know the books, Richest Man, all that. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna just believe, okay? I don't know. Like I said, how you want me to cut it up? You want some religion? You want some Jesus? You want Bible? You want no Jesus? Call it whatever you want, big dog. Belief. Your mind. You are going to get what you think about. I guarantee it. This is like Men's effing Warehouse. I'm telling you, trouble going to keep showing up if you keep thinking about it. Even if you're like, bro, trouble keeps showing up. Even if it's objectively clear, I don't need you to keep thinking about it. You need to think about good. I need you to expect. Not in an entitled way, but you need to look around the corner with the expectant hope. It's very simple. And you're going to, again, the door, if you believe the door is unlocked, you're going to walk up to it. Just don't forget, this is day one lesson, bro. You become what you think about. Amen. Take them captive. The thoughts, my friend. So, Chad, God bless you all. Don't ever forget that. And don't forget about the bread on the boat either. All right? All right. Finger to the sky, baby. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. Amen. Amen. So, Chadadonia, enjoy it. You have finished the rest of your day with grace and joy. You're already blessed, baby. Expect something. Let's go. Sleep well tonight. I'll see you on the watch list. And tomorrow morning, God willing. And peace. Can I be president again, God willing? No. Screw you, Jack. Read Nehemiah. And Nehemiah. I'm in Marhaba. Is that how you Marhaba? Marhaba, Habibi. You suck at Arabic, Biden. It's Marhaba. Marhaba Habibi, Isaiah Habibi, and Abahibbak. That's weird. Am I speaking Arabic like Trump? And Ismi Donald. Donald Ismi Donald. Isaiah Habibi. Isaiah. أنا مش عايز كلام. اسكت. Wow, that was interesting. I didn't think I could do that. I did. Look at that. اشكرك حبيبي اشكرك انا بحبك كتير قوي بحبك قوي كتير. I'm actually speaking Arabic. يا حمار انت عبيط. I tell you عبيط's everywhere. I know. Have a good day. I gotta go. We're already on a watch list. Now I have Trump speaking Arabic. It's not good. Not good. I was born here. Don't worry. Josh was born here. Don't worry. MAGA. They want to deport everything. They want to ship it out. They're trying. It's like they work for UPS. I don't know these guys. I'll tell you. They said, Josh looks foreign. Get rid of it. I'm like, I'm born here. I paid more taxes than you, MAGA. Why are you coming after me? I don't get it. These guys. I said there's no $1.99 gas. Now they want Josh. Now MAGA wants Josh's head. Where's the list? I gotta go. Bye. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, Donna. Yeah, you miss me? Yeah, huh? So you voted for this? Yes, I did. Thank you, Donald.